So,
All right.
Okay,
Yeah, we can't talk about
we are in.
We can never talk about that. It's not allowed to be spoken about. It should be never spoken about again.
Fight Club?
no, worse than that actually.
No, it's the other thing we can't talk about. That the
Yeah.
viewers will never allowed to know what we're talking about.
Exactly.
I don't actually know what we're talking about.
Perfect. Perfect. We're there,
Brilliant.
folks.
If you don't know, no one else will know.
It's just me and Rival at this point.
Roach is going, what?
No, I was
Hello.
looking this up. Apparently within 1 minute of action sequence in the Resident Evil film, the final chapter, in a single minute of action, there are 118 cuts.
Oh, me
Jesus. It's almost two.
Which
2 cuts a second.
Yeah, so
2 cuts
how
a
are you
second.
doing, buddy? It's good to see you, pal. Thank you for joining us. And the craziness that is this live stream, because apparently we just don't talk about anything.
No, that's not our problem, Rival. We talk about everything. We talk about everything.
We don't talk about anything to do with D&D.
Guys,
we
this
just...
that sentence is going too on too long. It is we talk.
That's it. Yeah, perfect. Just cut
Right,
that there.
okay. Let's get this show on the road. Utari, we need some 40k talk before we start. It's got 20 minutes.
No, we
don't.
on screen.
No, you weren't here. You weren't here for that. You weren't here for that. Me and Utari spent 20 minutes bitching about GW.
Scaffolding as well at one point. Scaffolding a grade 2 listed building, was it? Is that what? Did I hear right? Like
just 1 week, we're going to have to actually start streaming at 7. Just so that everyone can experience what happens before we actually start playing.
No.
Oh,
nobody
God.
needs to hear that conversation.
No.
Nobody.
No.
Right. Anyway.
So, we left off last week with you fighting a death tyrant.
Your campaign, is it up?
Yeah?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
It's been up
It's
this
not
whole
showing.
time.
It's not showing.
Yeah, it does that. It's doing that.
If it's
It's
showing
weird.
as it's
It's a glitch
offline, click it anyway, because that's what I did, and it
It's
actually logged
on.
me in.
Yeah,
Mine
same.
always says that Roach is offline, and I ignore it because
He's not.
he's not.
Damn right you ignore it. Those robots don't know what they're talking about. Those artificial intelligences.
Down with
This
the
is-
Hey, that
Cylon,
reminds me of
Cylon
us.
Overlord.
And this is where like a robot just comes out of nowhere and just a gun is pointing at Roach's head.
Take it back.
Let them be like
Always
let them
has
be like the
been.
Cylons. Let them have some skin jobs, because I'd listen to them.
I'm down with Grace Park. I'm down
You
with
will
Grace
make a
Park.
nice skin job.
Is that you like making sure your rival's makeup is working so you can hide all the metal?
No, that's
No.
smoking the drool.
That's wiping out the draw whenever someone mentions Grace Park.
Ah,
So
he has to drool again. All right.
okay. We left off on my turn, didn't we? And I've used half of my movement.
Yes, I was about ready to say that. Well, just to give a heads up to everybody, so far not a lot has happened. A spiritual guardian, is it spiritual guard? I forget what her thing
Yeah.
is. Guardian of Faith.
no,
Guardian
it's
of Faith
Guardian
has
of
been
Faith.
placed down. Guardian of Faith has been placed down. It occupies those 4 squares that one Drider icon is on. Stiltwall sprinted full speed and then used all of his movement to get in melee with the tyrant, and everything failed except for the paralyzation on Sesh.
You're so happy about that.
Okay.
That
Yep.
is a pickle.
I
Yep,
hate
and
my
now-
life.
And now Isaac has used half his movement to get to where he was at, and he has the rest.
So I'm just going to use 5 so I can see it.
Okay.
And then I'm going to try and cast Banishment on the Death Tyrant.
Do it.
Oh boy.
Okay. This is an opposed check.
It's a save, I think, isn't it?
He
Save,
rolls
I make
a
him
5.
save it.
And what is it? What is it saving against?
He rolls a 5 because
rolls a
Divination
5.
Mog has just... It's a DC...
It's charisma.
It's charisma, yeah.
Charisma. Okay.
Charisma
I've just
DC,
realized that
whatever.
this DC is not correct though, so give me 2 seconds. I need to edit it.
Is it because you've still got rope DC on?
No, it's because it's one that I haven't used since like level 5.
And he has to
Oh,
update
right,
it because it
okay.
goes up with proficiency and all that
Yeah.
sort of stuff.
Yeah. So it's not quite rogue DC, but it's DC 17.
Actually, not bad.
But
he wasn't 5.
yes.
She really
Yeah,
wants to make Roach read this.
I have one thing I can do. I'm gonna.
Yeah, no, I
do
get it. I'm checking. I'm checking things.
He's just staring at a screen like maybe if I hold still enough, they'll think I've DC'd.
See, here's the thing. If this was a regular beholder, that wouldn't fly. But given the fact that it's Death Tyrant, the eye effect is different. So magic actually
Yeah.
works inside the cone. So it's only affects the undead thing. And I
Oh,
thought he
no.
might have a legendary resistance. But
Did we
No.
just speed run the boss?
Well, no, because he will come back. Here's the
he
thing.
doesn't have
If he
legendaries. What is the DC of that check, by the way?
17.
17 with a 5.
He
Yeah.
rolled a 5.
Okay, he's still got a 10.
Okay.
What?
So he
That
fails.
Still fails.
Or not
So,
10, not a 10. what is
first
that?
up, is he native to
5.
this
He
plane?
got a 9. Is he native to this plane?
We'll find out in a minute.
Hold on a second.
Because if not,
Well,
he
that's the
goes
question.
home.
Yeah, he just goes home.
Well, yeah, he would go. Well, that is true. But let me just check. Definitely.
Yeah, this is why we need to.
Yeah.
Ow.
We need
Because
to know if he's native. If not, I just have to concentrate and hold him in a pocket dimension for
And
a
we
minute.
Yeah.
surround Isaac.
Or we set up
Sending
an ambush because
directions.
he'll just pop back
We-
into where he is.
Yeah, because he'll pop back in where he is. So we'll have a minute, therefore,
Yeah.
to get into positions /
And back.
unfreeze sesh.
And get all around it.
I gotta save at the
Yeah.
end of each of my turns as well. On
Okay,
that,
so yes, it is native to this plane.
Okay, so
Okay,
he is
He's got a minute.
he is incapacitated for a minute or until I lose concentration
In another
So-
plane.
yes, a demi
in another
that's just
plane of
made.
existence. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I say, okay, I managed to banish him for about a minute or so. I can't hold it for very long. Use this time to get in position.
I run up
Okay.
to that green crystal and analyze it.
All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to unlock tokens, but I'm going to go through you all once.
Okay.
You get one. You've got through that, and then we go through again.
Can we just
And-
keep in turn order for a little bit? Because
That's what I'm doing. That's
Okay,
what I'm
cool.
doing. Because the next one up that is Ustenia, and I'm going through, and I'm just kind of leaving
cool,
it,
cool.
but I'm letting you guys move where you want to because you have a minute. And I'll tell you when your action in that minute kind of you've used up a minute instead of just going
Okay.
through us 10 times. So,
Yep, sure.
So, Ustenia, what do you
he's
want
at
to
the
do?
end of the cone. I'm heading over to where that cone is. I'm heading
Okay.
there and preparing myself for when he gets back.
okay?
With
so what
holding rage, which will activate the moment he appears.
Okay, so you're holding a rage, and you're holding an attack for when it comes out. So basically, you
He's
just get there, and
basically
you're
Bruce
prepping.
Banner at the end of the Avengers.
He's always angry.
I'm always angry.
So you, okay,
That's
okay.
my secret, Cap.
So the way this is gonna
Oh,
work, so
angry.
basically, just is you're keeping contact with Isaac throughout this whole time, so you know right when it's about ready to start, you're ready to go, and then you can do it. Okay.
That's
So
your secret,
one,
Cap.
make sure you manually bring one of your rages, because whatever rage you're on right now would have petered out,
Yeah.
and you start a new one. So you don't have to get rid of the one you're on. Just make sure you remember that you'll have used 2 so
Yeah.
far on that. Okay, so that'll be your minute. Delia is going to.
Just clear my rage, and then I'll activate when he appears. I
Okay.
have one more after that one.
Okay. How long does blast last, by the way?
10 turns.
10 turns.
yeah.
So it.
Can we
yes.
get rid of the clouds?
I mean, fine.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
Me trying to make it look all cool. Bless wears off, by the way. It's a
I mean,
bit of
yeah.
a-
Unless we're
So I'll
making
take
any
that away.
checks in this time, so...
Well, we can manual. Well, that's the end of Ustenia's turn, anyways.
Would
For his
less
minute.
offended anyway with Sesh's paralysis?
No, it's concentration.
It's concentration. Paralysis. The paralysis just makes you can't move or anything.
I can't
Delia,
move. I
She's
can't
just-
speak.
She's just going...
No, I can't even do that.
Delia's going on the opposite side of the room, and she is going to hold. She's gonna ready for when it comes back. What is she gonna ready? She's gonna try immolation. She's gonna try putting immolation on the creature when it comes back. So that's hers.
Cool.
Rivallon, what do you want to do?
Well,
You
I
got a
want my
minute.
map to stop disappearing every time the thing friggin' starts. Rivallon is going to go to here. Or here.
Okay, so spreading out. Okay, and is that the
And
end
he's
of your
going to prep his bow, obviously.
prep it? So you're gonna do a 1 attack action when it comes back in.
Yep.
Okay. Sesh, you have 9
10 saves.
or 10 saves. Yeah, you have 10 saves to make.
Is it?
It's a DC for that. Just let me check. It's DC paralyzation. Paralyzing, right? DC
Bark, bark,
17.
bark.
If you don't make
So,
it into
DC
it,
7.
you have the 13.
DC 17 for what? Con,
Con.
is it? I think. Yeah.
Oh, you should be
Plus
fine.
4 plus my bless, because that would work for each save, because it still
Mhm.
applies to me.
Yep.
So,
Roll them
I think
bones.
I'll just roll and see if I can get it, because, why not?
Because that will allow you to move, if not.
Yeah,
But
I'll just
if
roll.
not, you'll
con
be
save
back
and
on form by the time it comes back.
There we go. I made it first
Yeah,
time.
good girl.
All right. You're back. What do you want to? And I'll get rid of paralyzed.
Yay.
Yeah. What do you want to do?
Okay. I just want to check something real quick. What are my spell slots looking like? Oh, not terrible. Only done a few. Okay, that's not too bad. Do you guys think I should move to the middle of the room, pop another bless, and pop another bless just before it pops back
Depends
in?
on whether you're going to smash it or hit it with spells.
It's undead, so my
Whatever.
will-
Yeah, I'd say get in close, but you want to be flank. You want to be on the flank to the other
Yeah,
two.
I'm gonna be behind Estenia and Ibris. Well, in front of them. Fuck it. You know what I'm saying. I'm gonna pop another bless. I'm gonna pop the bless just before it comes back. So when Isaac's
Yeah, get
like,
rid of the one
okay,
he's
it's
currently
coming.
got.
Where is Stinia?
Well,
Isn't that where
just-
it was actually standing?
Yeah.
Zebras was
yeah.
right next to it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's where Usinia wanted to
I
be.
think it's those 4 squares, like between me and Ibris.
If
I think.
if it can't come back into the space it was exactly, it will come into the next unoccupied space.
Okay.
If it can't come into the next unoccupied space, it doesn't come back at all.
All right. I'm gonna get rid of the blast
Okay,
that's
so-
currently
so there.
out.
Yeah.
All right.
Mhm.
So there you go. Cast bless on whoever you want to cast it on.
All right, so myself, obviously, because let me just make sure I'm targeting the right people. Pull up the combat tracker here.
And we'll just say you cast it right before the thing
Estenia,
drops.
Ibris. Is Delia within range? No. So I'll just pop a level 1 bless then on us 3.
Rivallon?
I'm way out.
He's
of
not
range.
close enough.
Too far.
Okay.
Definitely not in range. Okay. Then we go to illness. Illness is going to.
Rivallon's doing his normal firing from a different time zone routine.
But,
Yeah,
I mean, that works for
Yeah, understanding the Coriolis effect and how the the world,
gonna go
rotation
right
of the Earth
there.
and
She's
atmosphere
got line of
density and
sight.
stuff.
Yeah.
She's got
It's a
line of
very
sight
smart
on
boy,
all the
Rivallon.
Yep.
creatures.
I'm
She's
not-
got all line
the
of
thing-
sight on the people in the center. Unfortunately, I think no. Her guardian faith will last for
Yeah, it's 8 hours.
8 hours, so that'll just stay there. You can't move, can it?
No,
No.
it stays right where you put it.
Yeah, so it just stays there. It doesn't. It's not doing much guarding anymore. But it being there is good. Denies it, and that's going to be her action. She doesn't have a lot of offensives. She's just going to wait until she's needed.
She will hold.
Yep. Mog.
Hold.
Hold. So,
Hold.
Mog is going to.
Points for anyone who gets that reference.
Run up to the crystal
Running up to the crystal.
and investigate it. Do an Arcana check. Try and figure out what the heck it is.
Running
You got to pick
And he's
one.
going to do that for approximately 30 seconds.
You've got
and
a
then-
limited time, so you got to pick one to do. You want to do Arcana or you want to do an investigation?
Arcana.
Okay, make an Arcana check.
Shit. 11.
Okay, it's magical.
Cool.
All right. Is there anything else you wanted to do? You got it. You said you were doing that for 30 seconds.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna. Where's Riv? There he is. So run over
Riv.
here,
That's my pet name for it.
hide, and cast Mage Armor on myself.
This sounds like something Rivallon would pick as his like call sign in Top Gun school.
Don't pick your Air Force cosine.
I know. I know. Everybody else does, which is why the Ian what's his name? The guy who played Obi-Wan Kenobi in the prequels. His brother is called
Ewan
Obi-2.
McGregor.
His call sign's
Yeah,
Obi-2.
Yeah, Obi-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fucking hilarious.
Currently, Oddball's Air Force nickname is Thickums.
Yeah.
Thickums.
Thickums.
Oh my god, thank you for that. Tiny. if I ever make another arm like game, the call sign for the air asset's gonna be Thickums. And we're
I'm
not
so
gonna
sorry,
acknowledge it
Apple.
at all. It's
I'm
just
not.
gonna be there.
Thickum.
Thickums.
Oh, that's great. I
thought you
want
got
to.
his nickname.
I
in your
wanna
shirt.
know
Yeah, that's
why.
why it's on the Discord.
Like,
so-
I kind of
Yeah.
want
I
to
know
know
why.
why.
I know why. It's
So do
because
I,
of it's because of like it's something to do with like the size of his like dress trousers because where he had to get sized like too big and have them tailor fit. It gives him like a really rotund
Bottom.
cheek area.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. All
Well,
right.
Thickums.
That is perfectly in line with military humor.
Air Force.
Just general military humor, just an obscene amount of homoeroticism, and just taking the shit like on somebody else. It's like, good, yeah, that works. Ibris, he's going to ready an attack action.
Good lad.
That seems like a good option.
Good man. Good man.
Yes. Okay, so I want to know, while the Death Tyrant is not in this plane,
Yeah.
what is the okay, read the spell out. Is it conscious during this period? Does it exist or is it just
You
like a
attempt to send
flash?
one creature that you can see within a range to another plane of existence. The target must succeed the charisma saving throw or be banished. If the target is native to the plane of existence you're on, you banish the target to a harmless demi-plane. While there, the target is incapacitated, and they remain there till the spell ends, which is why I applied incapacitated to them. So so for them, they get completely knocked out, and then they come back. Unless if they're not native to the plane, they just go home. They go to where they are
where
from.
they're supposed to go.
I love it as well. Where if they're not native, they vanish with a faint popping noise. it's fucking D&D humor of oh no.
So you're lucky. You're lucky because that means the layer actions don't trigger. Because layer actions trigger on initiative 20.
Yes. But
Which...
the trade-off here is I'm going to lose my wings, so I need to get into a position as well, and I don't get to do my extra damage.
And it's at the end of your turn that it comes back, and so we'll be
yeah.
picking it up at the top of Ustenia's turn. So.
Well, no,
here-
it comes back on the beginning of my turn, I believe.
Is it the beginning of your turn? Read that.
1
to
minute
make
or
sure.
past the target, otherwise the target doesn't return. It just says.
I would say it's the end of your turn because you cast it at the beginning and the time would run out at the end because that's how usually...
It doesn't actually say, annoyingly.
I would say mathematically it'd be the end of your turn.
Because
you're
concentration
concentrating.
spells don't end until the end of your turn.
Yeah.
Because you're
Well,
concentrating.
unless I ended it on my turn, knowing it was about to happen, so I could make sure I got the shot off as well. My concentration, I guess.
The thing is that you get the ability. If you you do that, then you won't get to move freely, or anything, because you basically right now you get to move freely at the end of your at your turn and figure out where you're at, and then it comes back in.
Well, I need to land anyway, because otherwise my
Yeah.
wings are gonna run out. So
But
that's what
so
I'm-
go ahead. So go ahead and do your thing. It's at the bottom of your turn that when you drop, unless you drop it early. But I would say we've gone through all of this with the idea that you're holding it.
Yeah, no,
until
that's
the end
fine.
of your turn. So
okay, so I'm just trying to look at where everyone else has gone. So we've got 2 south, 2 north, 3 in line of center. So I could stay where I am. But I'm worried about like if it has. I don't know what it's got, so I don't want it to like chain lightning us. So I'm gonna go very north and hunker back here. And yeah, if I'm not allowed to ready an attack for it, then
okay.
that's all
So
I can do. Also,
so
yeah,
We'll drop back in at the bottom of Isaac's turn. At the top of Ustenia's turn.
Oh, hi.
Yep. We'll just do Ustenia, and then we'll do all the prepped attacks after that, and then we'll go through the turns as they happen.
Okay, so I get my prepped attack and then my turn?
No, because with the way the prepped attacks work, it pops in at the bottom of Isaac's turn, which is the top of your turn. So it sucks that that's how it went, but mechanically that's also how it works.
Okay.
Like if you prepped an attack, and
but it does mean you get a full turn rather than like a held attack. So it means
so
that
you can move after this.
you can
or-
rage.
Yeah.
You also have advantage, so don't forget that.
I don't.
You have advantage, yeah.
If I want to use cleave on him, though, I don't think this is.
I mean, you could hit him and find out, and then switch to your other weapon.
It's free action to switch first time in the round.
Yeah.
So.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would hit him with cleave. It's your better weapon. It's your more proficient weapon. It's a magical
Yeah.
weapon. Like
Hit.
23 hits, of course it does.
Oh, it did full damage.
it did full damage.
Fuck. All right then. All right
Okay.
then.
Okay.
All right.
Full metal
Alrighty
barbarian.
then.
Let's go.
Rules.
Miss.
All I imagine.
18 on a roll. of 7.
All I imagine in my head is just like Ustinia hits it, and then Rules of Nature from Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance kicks in. Just
No, I just imagine Doom
That's
music.
My turn.
yeah, just
Yeah, Doom music. Yeah.
the only thing they fear.
They fear
is
is
him. yeah,
Yeah,
I
you
listen
know,
to that
just-
soundtrack too often.
Just the demon chorus going rip and tear, rip and tear, rip and tear in the ethereal
Ustinia,
walls.
rip and tear.
Are you shifting or moving in any way? Because right now you can you can shift around to give Ibris an advantage.
Yeah.
If you want to. There you go.
This D&D
Shimmy, shimmy,
fight has
shimmy.
been brought to you by the Finnish rock band Lordi. Just-
All right.
this section is
then
sponsored by Mick
That's
Gordon.
the end of your turn. Oh, well, it's the end of your turn, but we're going to do all the prepared
Yeah.
attacks in order and then go through their turns. So Dilia was preparing a spell, so that'll go after. That'll go basically like split second at the same time as Ustenia's attacks during his turn.
So Ustenia's
'Cause
just
it would've-
moving around everyone else unleashing a volley, essentially.
Yeah,
is how it's
basically,
working.
basically how it works.
Sorry.
So,
Cleve, does that use necrotic damage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay. I was just wondering, that was all.
Which is really good for me as well, because it means I can use some of my...
So she is going to she's going to put the immolation concentration on herself because that's what she needs, and we can take it off if we need to. It's always a process with this. Okay, and now it needs to make a saving throw. It failed, meaning it takes full damage for this turn.
That's a lot.
5. And it's on fire now. It'll take turns. It'll take damage on every turn until it saves. Okay. Then Rivallon, it's your attack that you were prepared. So go ahead and do your preparatory bombardment.
Ooh.
You weren't targeting it.
Oh, sorry. My bad.
Yeah, you hit.
I'll target now. There you go.
Okay,
Don't forget to
now
put your hunter's mark on him.
Yeah,
that's
this
a
was-
bonus action.
Yeah, it was a bonus
This is
action,
a-
so I couldn't do that and do the target,
Yeah.
so...
So he gets the rest of his attacks for the attack action.
Yeah, so when it's my turn, then I'll...
Yes.
No,
yes, sorry, I
yeah.
forgot.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but you still have 2 more attacks for your regular attack action.
That's for... No, I have one more attack for my regular attack.
One more. Yeah, you get 2 attacks per attack action. So.
Oh, I saw that flip on a 20 for a second, and I was like,
yeah,
oh,
that
no.
was ooh. Okay.
Missed
So that's
second
the end of your prepared attack.
one. It is?
Sesh, did you have a prepared attack?
No, I cast bless.
Okay. Did anybody else have a prepared attack?
No,
Other
because
than
I've got
the
weight on
Ibris?
myself.
I
I think.
Yeah,
I
Ibris
wasn't
did.
allowed one.
Right. I know.
Ibris has one. That's it. I
So
think.
he gets 3 attacks melee. So he's just gonna start wailing.
Because he's a mad lad.
Yep, that's a miss.
You doing advantage. Advantage.
Oh, okay. So the first one hit. We'll just do that, and then the second one hit.
Ooh.
Oh,
And-
almost.
Third one hit. So we got 3 hits. So
Very nice.
Excellent.
Very nice. Well done.
okay. Okay.
That's
his
some good
status.
damage.
That's status heavy already.
We've already gone past 50% of his health.
You have. All right. So now it goes to Dilia's turn. Does the is actually her turn? Does Immolation it's at the beginning of its turn, right?
I think it's at the beginning
turn,
of its
I
turn, yeah.
believe.
Because if it was at the beginning of the caster's turn, that could get
End
weird.
of its turn.
End of its turn.
End of its turn. So okay. So Dilia is concentrating on the Immolation spell. And she doesn't have a lot of like non-concentration damage spells. Firebolt. Firebolt works.
Yeah, classic cantrip.
Classic.
Missed though.
I'm using my
So
inflicting arrows now.
she's just gonna do that. And at the end of her turn, the Death Tyrant takes one of its legendary actions.
Oh no.
So it's going to take a legendary action, and it only has a single legendary action. Let me just get my dice out.
Oh, God. Everyone within 35 feet takes 900 psychic damage.
So well, the thing is, I don't even know what it does, because I
boy.
have to
Cool.
I have to roll a d10.
It's you have to roll d10s to find out.
Oh, of
I'm
course,
guessing.
yeah.
the random eye selection phase.
Here we go, folks.
This is
Hope you
where
prayed to
we
Nuffle
die.
recently.
All right. So
I have a 13 if anyone needs it.
Roach, you rolled the 13. How does that work? I don't know.
Just you all die.
You all die.
If you
I
roll a
just need to-
13 on a d10, like
I need
How
to
does that
think-
well.
work?
I need to figure out who he's targeting with it. I should have declared that before I rolled it.
Yeah, probably.
Probably. Okay.
Maybe.
So
Possibly.
let's see. Who did the most damage to him?
Ibrus, I think.
I don't know if it was Ibra.
It might have been Delia with that immolation.
It was Delia with the 38 immolation damage, wasn't it?
I think it was Delia. But that's behind. That's
Because
magic.
15, 9, and 12, 15 is... Yeah, Ibrus got like 36, I want to say, with my quick math.
Right. Okay. Well, this isn't going to be fun for him. So Ibris needs to make a fairly high dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
For reasons.
yeah.
I think...
So we know. So guys, just to recap from what we found, from what it shot at us, it has a paralyze, a fear, and a death ray.
Yep.
So
Yeah,
we
definitely
might be
got
about
one
to
of
find
those.
out what else it's got.
Yeah, this one isn't great. So
This one isn't
So
great.
fingers crossed
fingers
on the Discovery
fingers
chart.
crossed for Ibris.
That's a 1.
Wait.
I was accidentally targeting Rivallon.
Rivallon rolled a 1. Oh boy.
Rivallon folded.
Yeah, that's not real. Though Ibris also failed hard. So this is a lot of force damage.
Oh, force.
Disintegrate.
This is a lot of force damage. So
Cheat.
Disintegrate. It's got to disintegrate, right?
hey, below average for the roll, since that was 10d8.
Jesus fucking.
This thing
that
hits like a
Christ.
truck.
That thing hurts.
So yeah, a disintegration ray sweeps out. If this damage is reduced to so no, that's not it. If the target is a large or small
Sorry.
creature. Oh my god. Okay. Target is a huge. All right. Okay. Well, that has other things I can use that for. But yeah, no. You just see like a ray come across, and like Ibris's skin gets like the healthy black, ashy tone that it normally is just becomes more gray, and with more white coming into it as his life force is like pushed out of him for a second. And yeah,
You just
so
got hit by an inception horn.
Burp.
That's how I imagine force damage at like a high magnitude. It's just.
Yeah.
Got hit
All
by
right.
a noise marine.
So that's Rivallon's turn now. Top of your turn, Rivallon. So there you go.
Thank you very much. Obviously, I put on my hunter's mark.
Yeah, I thought didn't you already have that on him though?
No, this is
He
my first
disappeared.
time.
Yeah, he
Oh.
just moved for Rival's turn, yeah.
I didn't have I
Does
hadn't
this-
even had a chance to shoot at him other than the thing because he did the death ray at me.
Oh.
Yeah,
yeah, you're
we
right.
we,
Oh,
we
yeah,
were
right,
on
right.
turn 1.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right. Well, I'm getting mixed up because it says
I-
round
I
6,
made-
but that's because
Yeah,
I didn't.
I
reset the
made
round.
I made him disappear on turn 1 essentially.
I get it.
so-
I get it.
I cast my hunter's mark on him. I then go action
Right.
surge.
Okay.
Let's go.
Come on,
I
right?
want to see
Unleash
3
the
natural
arrows.
20s, rival. I want to see 3 natural 20s. Let's go.
I sketched him.
Not close enough.
Miss.
That's with a +9. I missed.
You need
So
to
I
roll
need
a
to get at
10.
least a t- at
you
least
need-
roll
Those
a
are
10
rookie
at least.
numbers. You need to pump those numbers up.
There
Well,
you
so
go.
that hits.
All right. Do you mind if I do all my attacks at the end?
No, that's fine. As long as if you get a natural 20 though, you got to go through it all.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
First. Yeah.
That's a miss.
Miss.
Your last
See, hey,
attack
you're
is a-
you're fighting something with actual AC this time.
So that's 2 hits.
Hey,
Rip-
with the AC as high as that, that's above average actually.
Yeah.
For on it, yeah.
The
because
thing
of your
is, yeah,
bonus.
Rivallon is perfect for when we need to like disrupt hordes upon hordes of enemies because he just picks them
Wait,
up.
hang
Excuse
on.
me?
Rival, don't you have Giant Hunter or whatever it's called?
No,
Giant Slayer? This thing's a large creature.
I think it has to be doesn't have to be 2 size levels bigger, or
I'm not sure.
No, it's just have to have a. Let me find the book.
Find the book.
Find the book.
I'm
Ranger stuff.
Um,
Ranger stuff.
The Book of Kings.
Ranger.
Colossus Slayer.
That's the one.
Colossus Slayer. That's the one. Giant Slayer's a great act.
Your tenacity
Yeah.
can wear down most potent foes. When you hit a creature with a weapon attack, the creature takes an extra 1d8 damage if it's below its hit points maximum.
Woo!
You can deal this extra damage only once per turn. So I get
Another
extra,
D8.
another d8 of damage.
Just roll another D8. I'll put it on there.
Yeah.
Don't
Well,
you
no,
love
but
it when I
it's-
remember
You've
things?
got Colossus Slayer. The Giant Killer is when a large or larger creature within 5 feet of you hits or misses you with an attack. You can roll your reaction to attack that creature immediately.
Oh,
is
that's
the Giant Killer one.
Right, I'll
Which
do me,
is-
I'll do me Hunter's Marks first.
Yeah, you got 2 D6s to roll, and then you got a D8. So, not bad, not bad.
So basically, he gets a D8 damage like
Yes,
I
that's
do when I get my wing. I get my level damage when I get my wings, essentially.
Nice.
Noise.
Yeah.
7 on a D8, take it.
So
It looks like that hurt.
31, 39, 45.
45 extra damage.
46, sorry.
46 damage.
Okay, yeah.
Nice.
I accidentally
Not
added.
bad.
I accidentally added 2 more than it should have. But okay, that's been adjusted.
Rival.
So yeah.
Yeah. Oh.
You're welcome.
So okay, at the end of Rivallon's turn. Oh, are you moving at all?
Hell no.
Okay, at the end of Rivallon's turn, it's going to use another legendary action.
And he's going to go, you bastard!
Ow!
He's gonna
don't
just
have
turn
kidneys.
around and be like, "Fuck."
I have kidneys!
no.
I didn't know I had kidneys!
I'm a literal skeleton. How the fuck do I have kidneys?
Why is there arrows in them?
Okay, I just
Fucking
to point out
elf!
for a second. I want to point out for a second. I thought I rolled a 0 on my 10. On my.
It would be a 10.
You can't.
Bro,
would
do you
be a
need
10.
like a moment? Do you need a second?
Well, no, because this is bad for everyone.
Oh boy.
I don't think anybody is gonna have a good time with this one. So now I need to. I again need to make a choice. I should have done that before. I should have declared it.
Yes.
Make me.
You need to
make
make
me do that. Make me do that
Yeah.
next time.
Person.
Uh,
Then how are you gonna kill them?
yeah,
person
yeah. So
first,
I'm just gonna roll a d4 because it's.
Oh,
it
when
only
you
has
do
some-
that, it normally hits me.
Actually, no,
Well,
it hit me
it's-
last time.
There's only a certain. There's only certain people. Actually, does this have a range? Hold on. High raise. 120 feet. Okay, it does have a range. All right, it's not
Damn it,
the
I'm in
individual
range.
raise. It's 120 everywhere. So yeah, actually everybody is
Yeah.
in range there. So
I'm the
it's
furthest
gonna-
away, and I'm at
Can't
90
see me,
feet.
and I
1,
haven't
2,
hurt it
3.
yet.
That's a good point.
8.
There's 9
Okay,
people?
1, 2. There's 8.
Oh, sorry. I'm including the Guardian. Sorry, that's right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's not that He's not that stupid. Okay, Isaac's 1, Imbris is 2, Illness is 2, Imbris is 3, 4 for Ustenia, 5 for Sesh, 6 for Delia, 7 for Mog, 8 for Rivallon. All right, Rivallon.
Can you stop rolling these in the open, please?
No,
so we
because
know
see,
our
I'm not.
fate.
There's nothing that tells me I have to with these.
No, I know, but
Yeah, I know, but for the last 2 rolls, it's been me.
No, because I got Iberus last time, and he actually took damage. Though the funny thing is, this is a death ray. So
Again!
Oh.
it's a
Okay,
D10.
so-
It's a D10. 10 is death ray.
Honestly,
I'm
the
sorry.
one of the best.
The
people
best
for this
one
to hit.
is you, because it's a
Yeah,
dex
it's
check.
me for this to hit. No, well, no. The one of the better people for it to hit is me.
Because he has resistance
I'm
to
resistant to necrotic. So if, and with favor by the gods, I can normally make a check.
he has
So
failed it, guys.
it would
so
only
stop
take
talking.
quarter
Please
damage.
stop talking,
Yeah.
because I just failed.
You just failed by 1,
Yeah.
because it's a 17. So And Rivallon cannot take reactions from system shock.
That's
that popped
pain.
up. That's probably not one. That's one of the least painful system shocks you can have. So that's good. So yeah.
Hold on, wait.
Is that permanent?
No.
No, that's only for a round. That's just one round that happens. So it doesn't actually affect you that much because you already have your.
You've made an attack with a Death Tyrant, right? This counts as an attack.
No.
No.
This is his
our
legendary action.
Just action. Okay.
It's just a legendary
Yeah.
action.
Also, I'm not going to be able to stop what happened, but I.
Yeah, that is true.
I can at least take a pound of bone back, you know.
You can take a pound of flesh.
Yes.
Or
Well, in this case,
in that
it's a pound
case, a
of
couple
bone.
of pounds.
Yeah, a couple pounds of bone. Yeah.
Ow.
Yeah.
Ow.
That looks
Yeah,
like it
that's-
hurted. That hurted.
I want to point out he has 11 HP left.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so,
Yeah.
you
So-
could start with the. Oh, they should be getting hit by this. I've been hit.
Potions.
This
Potions.
potions. But well, he can't take a reaction anymore because no, he can take
It's
bonus.
not a reaction. That's a bonus.
Bonus
action.
actions
That's a
are- yeah,
bonus.
bonus
Reaction
actions,
would
that's
be a sentinel strike
That's
or
true. That's true.
shield or.
So
he's
that's
still got his
that's
full-
just the legendary action done. So now it goes to Sasha's turn.
You know, all of a sudden, I'm very tempted to pick up Spell Sniper just so I can use Healing Word at 240 feet.
That would be good.
Anyway.
Ultimate apothecary.
240 feet. It would be 120 feet. with
Oh, it's
healing
doubled,
word.
not quadrupled. Yeah, that's right.
But yeah, but it
That's
would
still range.
turn.
Take the
it,
feet
it would,
twice.
it would make Cure Wounds instead of a touch spell a 30-foot range spell, which is
that would be
nice.
very helpful, actually. Yeah.
Which is
Does
what I
that-
do with
does
distance.
it jump to? Does it just jump to 30?
Yeah,
would
if
it be
it's a
like
touch spell that
a
goes to
5 foot?
30 feet.
Oh, okay.
All right, so
Yeah.
I'm popping a level 5 Smite here.
All right.
Well, at least that's what it does for a sorcerer with distance spell.
Ah.
So I would guess it would be the same.
Level 5 Smite popping it. I'm moving up to there so I get the advantage with Ibris being across from me.
Right.
Because
However, if I took spell sniper, I could make it 240 feet.
range,
Oh yeah, because you have
homie.
the you can do
distance
the
spell as well. So
distance, yeah.
Yeah.
I really
Right.
want to do it just to do, 600-foot range guiding bolts at people. Just
Right. So
Take into account the curvature of the earth and the wind speed.
advantage clicked.
Does that actually? I always thought spells were like laser beams. They're just there straight away.
Or like homing missiles.
they beam
Some
out like
spells have
arrows.
Ballistic.
It'd be like arrows, yeah.
Yeah,
it'd be
some spells
ballistic,
have
but-
ballistic trajectories.
Properties. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Magic missile less so. Magic missile, I think magic missile. If you're shooting over the curve of the earth, they would just go through the earth.
No, magic missiles specifically would go around the corners. That's the thing with it. They
Oh,
are
that's true,
they are
that's true.
they're heat-seeking missiles. Is the thing.
They are the
Is what
cruise
they are.
missiles. They are the cruise missiles of D&D.
They're the drones with bombs strapped to them.
Oh, I saw a nice
Oh,
thing there. Oh, I was so close.
Oh, Sesh, you just can't do that. You just can't. You
I need
can't
to get a
narr-
magic weapon.
You just need to not narrate it. I think that's
Yeah.
it. You just
I
need
didn't
to do
narrate it. I was just waiting for you guys to shut up talking.
So the
because we're talking
cause-
about cruise missiles.
So the cosmic imperative can't just fuck you. Like
Yeah.
it doesn't. You just get ahead of it. That's what you need to
Yeah.
do. You just need to get ahead of.
I
of
dropped
the
the
universe.
1 and rolled a 3 though. Fuck me,
I
man.
mean, hey, that's 300% more.
Fuck off, Roach. That's my turn. The smite stays on
Alright.
my hammer though, so that's cool.
All right. Well, it's saving its last
Legendary thing.
legendary action until they regen at the end of its turn. So matter.
That's
But,
alright. It means I get to last a little bit longer, and then it just fucking kills me.
Hey, that
Well, at least you're not in the cone right now, so we think we can bring.
that's true. It can't change the cone facing until it gets to its turn. So right now, nobody except for Ibris is stopped from healing, which is not great. So Ildes is gonna try to bane it. She's gonna
Bane is
Bane it, bane it, bane it, bane.
she's gonna try. It's just a D4, but a D4 could
A D4
actually
is
no.
killer.
Wait. Need to think about this. These are all now I need to think about this from her perspective. Everything that she's seen being attacked forces saves. So a D4 Bane wouldn't do anything.
It would help us, unless she puts bless on people.
No,
Sessions
it
already-
wouldn't.
No.
It
It
wouldn't
wouldn't.
help because
Because
it's not rolling
it's forcing
anything.
us. It's us that are rolling. So
Yeah.
she is blessed.
And
that
she
will be
doesn't
better
have
roll.
bless. She doesn't have bless. She's there
if
to.
we were to hit
try.
it with a
Yeah.
save spell, then
Yeah, it would get a Bane then, but
Yeah.
so far
Yeah.
that hasn't been going on. So instead, she's going to try. Oh shit! What's she gonna do? She's still concentrating, and so a lot of her damage-dealing spells are kind of turn over turn. So she's, fuck. She's gonna just do a Scorching Ray, because she's either got that or a really high level one, and I don't think she wants to pop that yet until some people are not standing right next to the creature. So that's just gonna be a standard Scorching Ray. That's a natural one. Wait, is Scorching Ray I roll 3 times, or is it just 1 and then I roll 3 damage? Because Scorching Ray has 3 bolts.
it'll be roll 3.
It's
For each ray.
it's
So,
yeah, it's for each ray.
Second one.
Be like Eldritch Blast, I expect.
Miss. Third one. Another one.
Oh my god.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
She's the new Karakos.
It's
Because he's not here.
You took him away.
But
Yeah.
he's not here.
Yeah, 'cause so it has to go to somebody.
All of the karma has just condensed.
It
on
has
this
to go to
creature.
somebody.
Yeah.
And that's not great because she's technically the healer of that group. So she's going to try and, seeing the current situation, she's going to do a run. She's going to do 5, 10, 15. Oh, got to put the token lock back on. 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. She's going to bolt to this pillar, and she's trying to make it to Rivallon. Because she does have heals that she can place down. Or not a lot of heals, but she can heal a little bit. So that's her. I need to check one thing because Mog's initiative is 20.
So it's whether I go first or the lair actions.
Okay, no, you go first because it specifically calls out losing. It is on initiative count 20, losing initiative ties. So it goes after you.
Okay.
But then the layer will go. Okay. So, Mog.
Right.
Rivallon's not doing so hot. Ibris is doing better than Rivallon, but he can't heal right now. And the creature is damaged.
How bloody does it look from where I am?
Bloody.
Like, not
Like-
great. Really not great.
It's bloody. You chewed through half its health in one round. So,
Over half its health, because it was already up a certain creek without a slam paddle when I hit it with my 46 damage.
Well, in that case,
If only I'd hit all 4 of those arrows.
yeah.
Mm.
let's give it a taste of its own medicine. If we can.
You'll need to move to get a shot on it
Mm-hmm.
because you're behind a rock right now.
Okay, well, move me there then, because I'll be able to see it from
Okay.
there. Disintegrate.
Okay.
Yes!
Ooh.
You
I didn't.
you were
feel
targeting.
it.
No, hold on. You were targeting yourself.
Yes, I know. I'm gonna untarget myself now. 'Cause I don't want that.
Yeah, and target it. Because I was saying that's a low score. It has a higher dex than that. So okay,
But it's
now
still
do
rolled
it.
a 4. Now do
No, you rolled a 4.
Yeah. Try again, Red.
Do I need to make it safe again?
Yeah.
Yeah, you do. Because it
Its
has
dex
a
is
different.
different to yours.
I know.
Its dex is different than yours. See, it still failed.
It's only a +1.
It's +2.
That's what I'm saying. It's only an extra +1.
That still matters.
Okay.
But go ahead.
Taste of your own
Roll your
medicine.
damage.
Oh.
It
Oh!
died. Oh my god, you killed it.
With disintegrate.
Jesus Christ.
Holy shit.
So, what happens is the creature starts to disintegrate back as you hit it. You strike it and you see its skull start to like break into gray bits of matter. Yeah, very very. I don't feel so good, Mr. Stark.
You're comparing this thing, this ugly, disgusting thing, to Peter freaking Parker.
I'm just saying. So while that happens,
Mr. DM, I don't feel so good.
while that's happening, you see the green crystal above the pillar begin to glow brighter in a pulsing pattern. And the more of the creature that disappears, the quicker the pulses get. What would you like to do? This goes for everybody.
I would like to start running out the door shouting, "Someone heal Rivallon."
Yeah.
This is dragging.
Wait, so this thing is slowly pulsing, getting better. Does it look like his essence is going towards it?
It looks like the less of the creature that is still together as it's being disintegrated, the more the pulses quicken and the brighter the glow becomes.
It's a phylactery, destroy it!
I'm already
And
firing.
I'll give you all a ranged attack for this round, and anybody who's within 3 tiles of it can get a
That's all of our melee people.
all the melee
hell yeah.
attacks.
Oh, hell yeah.
So here's what it is. You need to make it's a low DC, or it's a low AC. It's a 12 AC. But your damage needs to be above 10 for any of it to transfer over because of the hardness of the object. So if you get an 11, 11 points go through. But if you get a 9,
Okay.
none of the points go through.
Yeah.
So that's
Okay. That's fair.
so that's how.
So
that's how it
where do we
works.
want to start then with this damage?
I can't make that damage period with any of my ranged attacks.
Well, we're
You're-
close
you-
enough
you-
that we
you're-
will get
you're
melee.
close-
We're
You're close enough. You're within 3 squares to get.
No, I
to
mean,
the,
unless I critical, I can't do any more than 9.
with a
What, with
ranged
melee?
With a range
Well,
weapon.
range.
Yeah,
Okay.
you're within 3 tiles. You're close enough to do it with
Just smack
melee.
it.
melee.
melee
You'll get a
attack.
melee. You'll get a melee attack.
I'll get melee. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I was saying. You have to be within a certain distance to get a melee attack.
I'm
or a range.
reckless attacking.
Okay, so let's do that. Let's do the big boy
Giving,
first.
giving a crystal an advantage on attack rolls to me.
That's you.
Smart
you
choice.
laugh.
Smart choice.
You laugh, but okay.
Oh god.
So go ahead. It's just a regular, just do attack. You have to get, like I said, above an 8. It's an AC 12, so just get above 12.
I'm disregarding shield, acquiring 2 hand.
Acquiring 2 hands.
Just boom. All right.
He's put the shield on the battle sling.
Yeah.
Ustinia's biceps sound like the racking of a slide on a pistol.
Yeah. It's literally just that scene
Yeah,
from
right.
Mission Impossible trailer where
yeah.
25.
Okay, so 25
Oh.
go through. So the big crack appears on the crystal.
also look
next
at the
one.
number of it's the number of
Is
Satan.
that can attack
Look,
twice?
Oh, hey, wow, that was almost max on
It's
all
the
the
number-
die. That was pretty
it's
good.
the number of
Six,
Satan,
six,
folks.
six.
It's the number of Satan. It's the number of the beast. It's a Satan. It's actually Doom. Doom is
Whoa,
actually
whoa.
happening right now.
Hold on. Do I get my...
Ustenia. You get your second attack. Yeah, you get a full attack action. Yeah.
Yes.
So do another one.
Again, I get advantage because of reckless attack.
Okay.
Oh,
Natural 20.
Natural 20.
Baby.
Natural 20.
Here we go.
Here we go. 31.
He rolled 31 to
Okay.
attack and 31 damage. Would
Okay.
you look at that?
Damage.
Okay, hold on. I need to get a piece of paper. Because I need to.
So, Satan, your soul is sucked from your body as you destroy the phylactery.
Oh boy.
Can you imagine?
Okay, so yeah, an even bigger crack appears, and part of the bottom of the crystal kind of falls away. without any magic in it, but it's still together and it's pulsing faster and faster. So now we go to the next melee. So Sesh, you want to try?
What about
You want to
Ibris?
try it?
You forgot
you
I
are-
have. You forget that I have a level 5 smite sitting on my hammer right now.
I didn't forget that. No,
So this is going to hurt if it hits. If it hits.
it's an AC 12.
It's still an if in my case.
AC-12. I'm watching Line of Duty again, and now my head keeps going AC-12. Because that's their department code.
Sesh is going to do the same thing as Usinia and acquire two-handed hammer. Hammer time.
Who was that did that mission? It wasn't.
Oh my god!
Sesh has the hammer skills of an ice climber.
Why? Just why?
Bro just died.
I'm not laughing at Mikey. I'm laughing at the absurdity of the situation. I'm just laughing at the absurd. I'm not laughing at Mikey. I'm not laughing at Mikey. It's the absurdity. It's just the absurdity of the situation that is just fucking hilarious.
My God.
I want to die.
Oh my God.
die. I actually want to die right now.
No, take heart. Take heart, Mikey. Take heart. Because Sesh has saved so many people's lives. Like, just from the heal. The
But
non-combat
damn it!
side.
Just want to do some DPS one time.
I just want to
Yeah.
do.
I want to do thing now. I'm so sorry. Okay, so Ibris. He makes a check.
Help.
He makes a check.
Help.
He's just gonna make a stand. I'm sorry. That's just you can't not laugh. That's funny.
Do you know what I like? Is the fact we went from natural 20 to natural 1 in the space of.
Yeah.
You know, if
Okay.
this session was happening in real life,
Any
I would've
other
walked
roll.
out. I would have walked out of the fucking room and went home. I would have
It's
walked
a
home.
fucking
Fuck this.
stone! It doesn't even have
Any other roll. The worst part, I think the part that makes it the worst is the fact that at any other roll, even a 2. you
Yeah,
would've-
2. Well, no, because I got a 3 on the blessed dice.
Oh my God, that's true. Well, no, still with that roll specifically, if you just rolled a 2 and everything else is
Yeah.
going the same,
Yeah, I would have hit it.
That
but
it would have hit it.
I'm just
That's
gonna-
what makes it worse.
I'm just gonna go commit. I'll see you guys later.
So Ibris makes 3 great axe attacks.
Oh my god.
That's a natural 20.
Insult to injury on top of.
So that's
Mikey, I'm gonna buy you a drink.
that's-
Sir.
that's 21 damage. It's almost mad.
Mikey, let me buy you a whiskey, sir. Like,
Okay.
I'm not even gonna pull it out
second-
for juice.
Juice is coming to
Second
you,
of his
Mikey.
third attacks. That's a natural 1. Hey, that's a natural 1. That's a natural
Oh
1.
God, what is happening?
And the third attack he can make, and that's a natural 20.
Natural 20. What the fuck just happened? What the fuck just happened?
21, 21, 20.
2021.
That's
2021.
it, Go home, you're drunk.
Mikey, come back! Come back! Something cosmic has happened.
Mo, Red, you're good at maths. What are the odds of this?
Very
Mikey!
small. I will do some
Mikey, come back! Mikey,
Mikey!
something cosmic has happened. Look at the rolls.
The dice are broken.
20,
Yes, the answer. The
1,
dice
20.
are broken.
That was a 1, a natural 20, a 1, and a natural 20. Like that.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah. He got a
Yeah.
natural 1 after that, and then a natural 20 again.
And let's see
Well-
what the roll was. Okay, that's not as good.
So we had a natural
I think
20
it's
from
100
Ustinia, then a 1 from a Sesh, and then 2 natural 20s and a
Oh my
1
God, you're
from-
right.
Yeah,
was
that's
a
what I'm
natural
saying.
20.
It went natural 21, natural 21, natural 20. Yeah,
Yes.
in 5 attacks.
160,000.
Yep.
That's how small the odds are of that happening. Because it's 1 over 20 times.
20 times 20 times 20.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
It's insane. That's insane.
But to be fair, the statistical likelihood of any numbers coming up in a sequence like that, 5, 6, 5, 6, 5, 6, is the same as a 120, 120, 120.
Oh yeah.
The only reason why it's so amazing is because we attribute value to those two numbers.
Can we just take
But
a
it's also
screenshot because
magnitude
nobody
of-
is gonna believe
Well,
this.
It's recorded. It's recorded.
It's recorded.
Well,
We've got 2
it's
live
recorded.
streams doing it.
There are
Crying out
multiple
Get-
live streams.
Get a Twitch clip. Just get a Twitch clip.
Yeah, this is insane, guys. That's not
Please
normal.
include me wanting to die in that,
Dragon,
'cause
what
that's
you
still
just
right.
missed was Ustinia rolling a natural 20, Sesh getting a 1, and then Stiltwall getting a natural 20, and then a natural 1, and then a natural 20. Into hit rolls.
Yeah, so that was amazing. Okay. All right, so who wants to take the first ranged attack? Because that's all
Rivallon
of
can,
the...
because-
Aye.
Does Rivallon want to, or do you want to try and roll off for dexterity? To see who gets it off first?
It's gonna be
If
Rivallon
it's a
with
dex
dexterity
roll,
anyway.
Who's gonna win that, Roach?
The Ranger.
Yeah.
The Ranger knife-eared elf boy. Plus, he'll be so angry if he doesn't get the final hit on this thing.
True. Illness is going to try and beat you on that. So roll a dex check. She's going to roll a dex check because she's trying to hit this as well. And I want to see who hits first. Because that matters. So,
I don't think I've ever been so mad at dice in my life. And they're not
That
even real
was-
dice, so I can't burn them.
Why did that double?
I don't
Why did
know.
that double?
That first one is a 4, though.
True. Okay. So, go ahead, Rivallon. Take your attack. That's a
my
hit.
first
Roll
one.
damage.
Okay, it was a natural 20, guys.
Roll damage.
The universe is back in sync.
Well, do I get 1 shot or 2? Because I actually fired 2 shots as...
You get 2, but roll damage.
Oh,
You
okay.
might kill it, is the thing. Or destroy it or whatever.
Okay, hold on. Okay, so here's what happens, and this makes this less bad for Sesh. So the crystal breaks. It had 100 HP, even. So the crystal breaks, shatters into 1,000,000 pieces. But what happens is its final parting epitaph is that the damage that it received is reflected back 1 for 1 on the individuals that inputted it. So
I'm going to go into death rolls.
yeah, you'll go into death rolls.
Is it
So-
exactly the same amount
It's
of
it's the
Then you have
exact-
0 and you don't go down. You just stay
You don't
up.
go.
have
You just
0.
get. You just have a 0 because
Oh,
you had
you
11
have
HP
0.
left. So you're
Yeah.
not. You're
Well, that's-
unconscious. Which
Yeah,
yeah.
Well, which is still death save throws.
Oh yeah, it would be death saves.
And,
yeah.
unless we stabilize him, but we can stabilize him with
It's 1 HP,
like,
one
so
turn.
it could literally just be a touch from somebody that has a healing. So what happens is all the damage that Ustenia did. So that is, let's see here.
A lot.
It was 56,
so-
I think.
So Ustenia takes immediately 56 damage.
Does his rage damage? Does his
It's
rage
force
apply
damage.
that? He's immune. He's resistant to force damage. I'm pretty
I know,
sure.
but it's
Yes.
force damage in return, just for that.
Yeah.
Ibris takes how much damage did he get? He got a 17. I don't know what is that. That's a 17 and a 21, so that's
38.
38. 38. So he takes 38 more damage. So
He can't be doing well.
plus 38.
He has
he
150
he is-
HP.
Yeah, he's taken 80
Nice.
damage so far. Full. 80 damage puts him in heavy. Sesh didn't do anything, so actually you're fine.
I take 0 damage.
Yeah, you take 0 damage, and then Rivallon, you take
11 damage.
11 damage, putting you down to 0,
Mhm.
which brings you unconscious, and you're taking death saves. Minimum. Okay, let's see. Let's game this out for a second.
So, it was Rivallon's turn.
who has
It'll be my turn.
we're not going turns. We're just saying who has the minimum amount of time to get to him. Well, how many?
Me.
That's how
I
many death
can
saves.
I can move 30 feet and then use healing word, which is 60 feet. So literally in one action, in one turn.
Okay, so Rivallon, you take 1 death save, and then Sesh will heal you.
Okay, and how do I do death saves?
It's
Go to your character sheet. Go to your
Yeah.
character sheet. There's an actual one. Go to your
Oh,
character
yeah, on the
sheet.
main page.
In the main
Yeah.
page,
Yeah.
right next to where your hit dice is, there's a death
Yeah.
save. Just click the little roll button.
Says a lot
And
that
it'll-
Rivallon's not had to do any death saves and needs to ask.
That's
Oh
a
my
natural
God.
one, which is you take 2 death saves. You take 2
Take
deaths.
2 fails.
It's a
You
good
take 2
thing.
fails, yeah.
It's a good thing Sesh is right there. Because
Yeah.
now, as soon as Sesh gets within range, which is during that time that she took the death save, she casts.
You're not in
Healing
range
Word.
yet,
Word.
Sesh.
No, when I move that 30 feet, I will be.
No, you're not.
It's 60
He's 90
feet.
from there. He's
It's
90
60
from there.
Yeah, that's because I
Mhm.
haven't moved yet. It's still taking me
Okay.
from my not moved spot. When I move, it
Oh, is
goes
it?
down to 60. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, that was weird. That calculated really
It
weirdly.
no, it takes it from
It
the
calculates
spot
from
I'm
the
standing,
point
not from
of
the spot
the-
I'm moving to.
Okay.
So,
Oh.
where is it? Healing word.
How do you?
But
how much
healing
do you-
healing word's a bonus action anyway, so you could 60 feet
Yeah.
run.
I could 60 feet run, but meh,
Yep.
I'm already
Yeah.
close enough. I might as well just use.
So just heal him up.
There you go. You're no longer on the
18.
ground.
So you're no longer dead. You're on the ground.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you can
And
take off
the best
those
part is you
fails,
didn't
by the
take
way.
that. You didn't take that last 11 damage from the death ray because that would have immediately made you a zombie.
Yes.
Make sure you knock off the 2 fails on your sheet, by the way. That's immediately use reset because you
Yeah,
you
yeah.
don't let go. Okay.
Okay,
Yeah.
so we're out of
Oh
combat.
God.
We're out of
Rivallon comes
combat.
stumbling round the side of the rock going, ow.
I killed it.
I got the crystal.
Have we worked out how much damage I would have taken because I do have resistance?
It was
That was the
50.
other thing.
You took
50.
you took 50. What was it? For
53 halved?
53 halved, which would be
I'm
26.
actually going to roll a
20
thing
or 20.
myself as well.
Rounds
27.
down.
So it'd be 26,
down.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Your
Okay.
Healy thing.
Yep.
Yeah, probably for the best.
Which I mean, you haven't even
Yeah,
taken
20,
half damage.
26.
Yeah, you haven't even taken half damage.
You can't hit
You guys
him,
are
you
lucky.
can't hurt him.
You guys are lucky too, because if you had let that go in one round, in a 10, within
That banishment
6
was
seconds,
clutch, Isaac.
within 6 seconds, he would have come back at full health.
Yeah, it's what I assumed.
So that's good. So, while you're all kind of like taking a breath, watching, looking at the pile of dust that used to be the creature,
Rivallon,
make-
take 30 hit points off. Take 30 damage off of you. I'm going to use a channel divinity to heal everyone.
Thanks.
I would like you to wait until you actually say you're going to be taking a resting period.
Oh,
before
that's
you,
not a thing.
do it.
I'm resting. It's just an action to do it.
It's just an action. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'll go down to 11
Alright.
wounded.
You take 30 off. Ustinia, you take 20 off. Ibris will take. That would leave me with. He'll take 30 off as well. And that's all of my healing used up for that one.
All right. So yeah, you are in the middle of of the chamber that you entered in. This is the first time you've actually gotten a chance to look at it directly, as previously you've been fighting in it for the last 10, 12 seconds. Or no, I was it's been like a minute and a half now because you took a minute
Yeah.
to prep.
Because I held him banished.
It's true. It's true. The fog that was previously inside the room is gone now.
Oh.
It disappeared when the creature disappeared, or when the crystal blew up.
Shattered.
Yeah. Well, no, it blew up because the force reflected back, so it actually blew up.
Don't forget to.
Oh, they
Don't
just
forget
eating
to-
again.
We've lost
Don't forget to
him.
heal
So-
Ibris for 30 HP, by the way.
30 HP for Ibris.
Yep.
Thanks for that, Sesh.
You're welcome.
64 or 34 now, so he's not as bad. Ibris actually came out pretty well with that fight, even though he was the first one to get into base-to-base with that. He didn't even get a chance to use the layer action.
Can I send a quick message to Kirkoros, the irrelevant twin, and just
Yeah.
say battle over?
Yeah,
Just
what was
let
that?
me
You
know.
broke up for a second. What was that?
Can I send a message to the irrelevant twin and just say battle over?
Sure. Understood. we're waiting out here. So.
So,
Yeah, the center column is now no longer glowing, the green glow that it previously had. The crystal is no longer there. Little bits of emerald-colored crystal scatter on the cobblestone floor of the center of the chamber. And you can see this is probably a natural cave from the looks of it, as it is regular enough, and it has enough pillar or what's the one that go up?
Stalagmites.
Stalagmites go up because they're mighty and stand tall, and stalactites hold onto the ceiling really tight.
Okay, so stalagmites, from the stalagmites and the stalactites of the chamber, you're fairly certain this is a natural cave. Midge, I can hear you breathing right now. I just want to put that out.
You must have ran up and down.
I just ran up the stairs. Yeah.
Okay, all right. I didn't know if you just like accidentally cranked your microphone up because it's like
No,
it's like
I'm
breathing in
just
my
trying
ear.
I'm trying to hold it in.
Mitch is doing that ASMR shit right
Just
now.
lean back and take a breath, man.
No, he's practicing his heavy breathing over a telephone.
My my parents made me order us dinner, and they've forgotten half of it, so it's like now I have to
hate
do that.
Yeah, I hate that
But
when that
yeah.
happens.
But yeah, the chamber looks to be mostly natural. The general look and feel of this is that it's been lived in for a while. There's bits and pieces of old barrels and crates and stuff scattered around the floor. They're rusted and rotted away. And there is a small side passage that is not the entrance you came through, that kind of goes off on to its own area.
Is that a doorway in there?
Would you like to go and check?
I'm going to go and check.
Okay. When you go into the the side passage, you can see. I'm going to take off the lock tokens because it doesn't really matter anymore. You see another little area of cobbled stone or kind of worked stone peeking out from the silty bottom of the cave, as well as the wall opposite of the entrance to this small cavern. You see a message carved into the wall in a language you do not understand.
Mark!
what?
Got something for you to read!
Woo! Run in. I love reading me.
That's Mog's exact reaction as well. Just ooh.
Go up. See. Rivallon, what do I see?
Okay, so you see a message carved into the wall, not by like a chisel, but almost like burned into the stone.
Burned, not
Very-
scraped.
Yeah, no, burned is in the stone is like from the actual like wall edge to the bottom of the letters is like a 90-degree like this has been blasted in like
Oh wow,
etched.
okay.
with like a disintegration ray or something like that.
Hmm.
Equivalent. And I'll just message you the actual message because you can read. Well, no, you can't read anything, but you do cast a spell to read languages now.
No,
right?
I can still read anything. It's one of my
Oh.
divination
Oh.
things at level 11.
Well, there you go. Whether you want to share that or not is up to you. That was PM to you on Discord. So.
Naughty dog. 9 centuries in the dark alone. There are no words for such a dark despair, when only the light come from those who placed you there. Oh my. 9 centuries?
Sounds like my life.
Well, it will be. Isaac.
Yes.
Just going to
just
town on
having
a dwarven
Sorry,
power
I
bar.
didn't even realize
Just
you were
fucking
eating this.
chewing
I
a protein bar.
apologise.
It's okay. It's cold, so I'm not having a great time with it either.
Gotta keep that energy up in
This-
the dungeon.
This is going to be a very bad review.
Banishment took a lot, guys. I'm just eating a power bar, okay?
What flavor power bar?
Remind me, when did the champion come across the mountains?
Roach?
About 1,000 years ago.
About 1,000 years ago.
About 9 centuries?
Are we saying that we think the champion is a beholder?
No.
Or that they trapped them here? Interesting.
Do you remember what I told you after the fight with the jester? And I said I think my path has changed.
Yes.
Well, before my other memories, I had a meeting with my patron, obviously someone who does not exist anymore. And he said, I asked him where the path to the champion's tomb was, and he said, after I had made another terrible deal with him, he said, you're already going there. And that was after we agreed to this.
So
Now,
you think
whether
that's where
my-
this
those are
trapdoor
false
leads?
memories, I do not know.
Just as a question, Roach. The scroll on the wall, can I read it naturally at all, or anything?
What languages do you know?
Common, Dwarven, Celestial, and Draconic?
No.
Okay, fine.
Do I recognize the script?
What languages do you know?
Orc, Infernal, Common.
No.
Interesting.
Everybody check your languages.
It's
The
not
only
going to
one
be
I know-
Titian. I can tell you
Maybe.
that.
Who
But
knows?
you've got
Maybe.
Halfling.
Common, Draconic, Elvish, Giant, Orc, and Sylvan.
Just let me check the script for this.
Mine is just Draconic and Dwarven, so... You've already checked Dwarven, so it's literally just Draconic.
I checked Draconic as well.
Oh, did you?
Yeah,
Well, never
Rivallon's
mind.
got
I know.
Oh,
Draconic.
if
nothing.
anybody... Oh, actually, well, that's an odd choice. It's an Elven script.
I can
Oh,
read
I
it!
can read it. Yeah, I can read it too.
No, you can't read it. It's Elven script, but it's not Elven.
Oh.
Just like how Orcish is
Is
written in...
it similar to
you know,
the Elven
Dwarven.
that we've already seen from the people in the... from...
No,
Okay.
no. It uses the same writing script. So, equivalent for okay, so for like if you're reading if you're reading Dwarvish, it uses a Dwarven runic script. Orcish, written, uses the same Dwarven script. So that's kind of
So,
what
the
this
root is Elven. It's like the Roman alphabet is used in Spanish, French, English, German.
Yeah, well, yeah, yeah. It's a lot more complex than that, but yeah, no, that's generally correct.
Hmm.
Interesting.
Very.
So, could the entrance to the champion's tomb be in here?
That's what. It's difficult to explain. That was what my previous path told me.
DM,
Yes.
there is like what looks like a wooden door in the floor.
Yeah, no, I didn't actually say that. Yeah, you notice there's like a wooden trapdoor in the center of the little bits of worked stone.
Okay, let's go and have let's do a nosy.
Well, do you want me to send an owl first? And we go predator drone.
Nosy.
Predator drone?
Nosy.
Break.
Nosy.
Break would. I think we're at break, aren't we? We're 5
Nosy.
minutes
We've got
before.
5 minutes. We've got 5 minutes.
Take a break now.
Okay. We'll take a
For you
break.
guys
So,
to figure out what you want to do.
join us in
Nosy.
5 or so, 5-10 minutes when we will be back from our break. Go. Use this time. Go for a bio break. Grab a cup of tea. Whatever you need. And we will see you in a moment.
If you made warm up your dinner.
generally. It might have been different if I had another turn so I could actually move it, because there was a high ceiling, so it could have gotten 50 feet in the air if it really wanted to, but it didn't. What is that? Enveering Ray? I'm not sure. That's a con check. It's a necrotic damage one. Half on save for 8d8 damage, so 36, which could have damaged. Telekinetic Ray, that one would have been interesting. Could lift and kind of like hit people around and stuff. The Sleep Ray doesn't affect a lot of the party, or a lot of the fighters, because they're either elven based or they have a fairly decent wisdom check, except for Stenya.
I don't have a very great wisdom check.
That's true. Petrification Ray, that one would have been bad. And Disintegration Ray, you saw that, and Death Ray. So there's like more than half of them are only super dangerous to Stenya, who has a negative wisdom. Or not, it's not negative, I think it's just a flat 0 wisdom, which everybody else has a bonus to that check. It's a high check, but statistically you're going to make it. Or it's not that bad. Like, the Sleep Ray wouldn't have been that bad. Because there's no minions to kind of hit you and get advantage on the first strike, which is kind of why I didn't do minions.
I'm bringing us back as well.
Yeah. Just to tell people, we're still on a break for a little bit. We're just going to be chatting for a little bit because we're just going to unload some groceries in a second or something of the sort. So we're just analyzing the fight.
Yeah. No, it was a hard. It was a hard fight in the sense that one of your party members got almost dead, but that's just the roll of the dice. That's not the fight itself. If you wanted the fight over, because there's a difference, because like the difference when you're trying to balance a fight is like, yeah, you don't want a situation where one bad roll equals character death. You don't want that, which is why I was okay with having this fight, even though Rivallon theoretically could have died. Rivallon and Mog and Isaac could have theoretically died. Well, not even Isaac, because it's necrotic.
I couldn't, but Mog and Rivallon could easy.
But the problem is they need to make a failed save first and then have max damage on the dice. So that's statistically unlikely. So I'm okay with that on that point. But like, so I wouldn't put you with like something that makes like 20 d10 roll like dice and instant death, everything like that. It's very hard to balance a fight. Balancing a fight is difficult as a GM. You have to really, and especially because D&D has a really bad system for making fights, because CR levels mean nothing. They literally mean nothing. Theoretically, that was a CR 15 fight, because you were in its lair while you were fighting it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we beat it in 3 rounds.
You beat it in 3. Well,
include the crystal.
Including the crystal, which was something I made up to make the fight harder if it went south, because I thought that would be kind of like a fun thing. Because if you didn't realize it immediately, then it would have immediately come back at full health. And I probably wouldn't have used it if the fight went on for like 4 or 5 turns and you guys were kind of ragged at the end of it. It was kind of like one of those. As a GM, you have things like that. You have things like, well, if this fight doesn't go well, I can use this reverse card, Uno, and try and make it a little harder or something. But but CR levels don't mean anything. Once you get past, like I said, once I've said before, once you get past level 10 on like the upper side, but even then, before then, it starts kind of going.
I think about 8
it's
is
kind
when
of
they
weird.
start going wild.
Yeah, like 8 is.
It's like I've run a session before where I put a party of 4 people, level 3. We had a sorcerer, a druid, a fighter, and a monk. So no real heals either as well. And I put them against the encounter was to reveal like this arc's main bad guy, who is a green dragon in polymorph, and he was accompanied by 6 CR6 knights, who were the actual hard fight for them. They dealt with they managed to get some allies as well, so they also had a rogue and another warrior with them. They managed to kill a green dragon as well is like CR9, so stupidly hard for them. Like the thing, Yeah, they managed to kill all the 6 knights within in essentially a turn, thanks to some wild magic surge bullshit, and also just them rolling like 3 natural 20s, and then they attacked. They tried to arrest the green dragon, found they couldn't do too much damage to him. He polymorphed back into his dragon form, trashed the place. They still killed him, and I was like, scrambling for rewrites, scrambling for rewrites, but I was like, shit, okay. And that was 4 level 3s, defeated a green dragon and 6 knights. I think it was technically the stat line of a young, but it's still 120 HP at a green dragon. Yeah. No, you can't. You can't. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's true. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, that fight took ages, didn't it? The barn fight.
So it's like in Ben's. Yeah, it's like in Ben's campaign. The toughest parts were always the goblin horde fights, but we come to the boss and it's over within like 4 turns.
Honestly, in D&D, it's more about action economy more than it is the actual level of things.
Like once I realized like how quickly we was taking down this beholder after that first turn, after you banished it, I realized the Jester fight scared me in football.
Yeah, oh yeah.
The raw amount of dudes.
Yeah. I think so, yeah. Oh yeah, totally. Yeah, we could have lost anyone because of void cards or whatever. So it's the way it's just the roll of the dice.
Shut up. I just came back to hearing that. It's the roll of the dice. It's...
Yeah.
Yep. Well, actually, no. Ibris, that was almost guaranteed to. Ibris is horrible at decks.
No. We're talking about the one that Mog used to kill the beholder.
Right, that too. No, it was going to die that turn. It might have gotten its next turn up, but it was going to die. You had less than... You exceeded its... You had a mediocre disintegrate damage roll, and you exceeded it by 17 points in the HP.
No.
So...
Was that a mediocre disintegrate roll? I think that was a pretty...
It was a lot of twos.
Okay, it's 10d6 plus 40.
10d6 plus 40.
Okay.
So that's 30 damage from the roll, which is well below average for a D for that. And no, I would still say it wasn't that great, and you still killed it by 17 points, almost 20 points extra on that. It was gonna die that turn. It was gonna die. No matter you had 3 melee characters. He might have, if he got to his turn, he could have raised himself up 20 feet, which would have made the melee characters no longer viable. But you also had 4 casters.
I'll also point out
like
though,
that.
if you move away from Ustinia, you get slapped and you
Yeah.
get removed. So
That was the other thing. I was thinking if I could declare an attack and then roll petrification or paralyze or something, I might have been able
Honestly, it probably be better for him to just, I'm going to take a disengage action and be like, no, smack me, man. No, smack me, man.
Yeah, he would have gotten 3 more rays. But the thing is, on his turn, he gets 3 rays automatically that you roll. You roll for 3 rays, and then after Mog's turn, also, I could have had the option of the layer actions, spectral terrain, which means if you were within, spectral walls, which means if you were within 10 feet of a wall at the start of your turn, it's a DC 17 dex, or you are grappled to the wall.
Oh, because
in his lair.
ghostly arms.
The ghost layers come out. Spectral eye means you could have seen, like, random eye shoots from that, so which is considered an ethereal source target. So basically, you could shoot from anywhere in the play. There's a lot of things he could have done on his turn, which would have been.
Are you done
kinda
with the
fun.
groceries, by the way?
Yeah, I am.
Cool.
Funny story. Duke's become acquainted with the lovebirds that roost in my front porch. There are 2 pigeons that come here every year and make a nest. Same 2. And he has become acquainted with them because he has been.
And he would
sitting
like to
on-
eat them.
He's been sitting on top of the dryer, which is right next to the windowsill where he can look out at. Like every time I go downstairs, he's nearby there or on there, just looking at them, chittering towards them. Doing that thing certain cats do where they make that noise. Yeah. But it's not like that. It's more like, they're trying to make that clicking noise, that chittering. Yeah. He's just making the clicking noise, and he's been quiet. Other than that, his tail is whipping back and forth. He's just been watching them. But those birds will not leave here until they have finished their task. Like, they come here every year. Every year. I remember the first one, because I came here alone 3 years ago. So, that's I don't even feed them.
Have they got names?
No, they're just bird 1, bird 2. They interchange the number every so often, and they make the front porch just covered in pigeon crap because they spend weeks there. So yeah, yeah. So we come back.
We're back.
What'd you guys want to do with?
We want to go down that hatch.
Okay. Are you sending the owl first, or are you just going down there?
Fine, send the freaking owl. Used to be that I would do the freaking recon.
You've never done the recon. It's always been the owl.
No, it hasn't. Do not go there. Do not try and change my memories.
Before Mogriff came along, Rival was the scout. But once Mogriff arrived, yes, it was the owl.
Yeah.
Hello? The big freaking castle in the middle of the desert?
That's true.
So
I want to go back there soon. I feel like I need a trip.
Rivallon
feel like
walked
I need
behind
more.
Sesh and went,
Wait,
what am I
"Shimmy her
doing
god."
wrong?
I feel like I need to
When-
go
when
to
you-
Mount Celeste again and lie down on my like therapist
therapist
chair
couch.
And, like, Bahamut, I don't know what's wrong, man. Shit's
I will
not
just
going great.
remind everyone, whatever the outcome of this tunnel is, we're not going to be able to follow it right now. We have another quest to complete.
We have to go get that dude back to home.
So, you send the owl down. You open up the hatch, and the owl
Very
goes down.
telepathic. Bond to everyone. Owl goes down.
Do the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. So,
You broke it for me.
what
Rex.
you've, I know. So what you see underneath there is a corridor, 10 feet wide, 10 feet tall, square, worked stone, the same kind of stone that the trapdoor is inset into. Ancient. Hasn't been trodden on for many, many, many years, with dust and cobweb in the corners. It's a complex series of corridors, but dark. No lights at all. Give me a perception check with whatever Betty's check is. Is it advantage because Betty's
It's
an owl?
advantage.
And I'm pretty sure they have dark vision up to 120 or something.
Mm-hmm.
So fifth.
Okay, so 15
Plus
is the check,
owl stats.
plus owl stat, plus owl.
Plus owl is
Then I guess 2,
3. So 18.
3. Okay, 18. Would you see one? The floor of this corridor is blemished, unlike the walls and ceiling, as if something large and stone was dragged towards the trapdoor. Large enough to make a pretty good scrape constant across the floor. 2. It's dark, not because the torches or whatever light source was supposed to be down here has ran out. Instead, it is dark because there are no places for light to emit. They have not. There's no inset for a torch to be placed on. There's no brazier position at a corner where 2 corridors meet. None of that. And the walls of the corridor, to a corridor, all of them are inlet with complex pictures and paintings that seem to tell a story. Also, Midge, for some reason your microphone is picking up your ambient, but only sometimes, and it's triggering your auto thing. So I hear like
I'll turn myself down ever so slightly. See if that.
There you go. Yeah. Now it's no longer tripping.
Okay.
Wasn't that bad to start with, but after 20 minutes, it kind of goes. it starts getting
worries.
you. But yeah, the walls of the corridor depict what looks to be, from what you're catching, a story.
Okay.
But you would have to spend a little bit of time actually looking at it to start getting a gist of that.
I call Betty back and come out of it.
Okay.
We need to put this on hold. We need to go back with that kid and find out what his father knows. Because I don't know how long that's going to take, and this is a dangerous place for a human.
Excuse me?
For an unarmed, delicate, blonde human.
Who has a plus?
So not
Technically,
the
I gave
ship.
him a sword.
Who has a +1 armor, like chains, shirt, and
I'm not sure anything.
It's got a +1 breastplate and a
yeah.
+1 short sword.
yeah.
It's better
Frodo.
armed than any companion we've ever
It's-
taken before.
It's Frodo with his mithril shirt and sword.
I feel this is important, but we're in the middle of something. What do you think?
Everyone goes, what? As he's scrolling down the hole.
Or we could just go down the hole.
But you didn't go far. I'm going to go and find out what's down there.
Were we done searching the chamber at all up here? Like,
No, we weren't.
What you found is what you found. The chamber has one entrance, one exit to the rest of the. Well, actually now it has 2. Well, it has 2 exits. You don't know where this one goes, but you see the just a general detritus on the ground, the message written into the wall, the central kind of pillar that once contained a green crystal that no longer glows and no longer has a crystal as you destroyed it, and the pile of ash that used to be a death tyrant. So you did check it. There's just nothing else up there. I went through it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I'm going to take a couple of slithers of the green crystal for later analysis and then follow Rivallon.
For your own needs.
I'm a curious half-orc.
Ibris and Co. This is your journey complete, correct?
Yes. We were tasked with finding and destroying whatever was taking individuals. I would say, looks to the pile of ashes, that's fairly well done.
Overdone!
We weren't tasked with necessarily helping anyone that had been captured. We'll make sure they get across the barrier if it's still up. And then after that, a couple of months to the city where we were tasked to originally from, and get our payment.
Don't spend it all in one place.
Why?
If
It's a saying.
well,
no, I mean
no,
original.
I'm...
For the original inquiry onto if we were done or not.
Could you would you mind looking after the boy we came to save if I paid you for a couple of days? Just camp nearby, somewhere we'll be able to find you.
Looking back and forth amongst themselves. Prisoner might have a problem with that, but I'm pretty sure I can talk her down. How much are we talking?
Break out your piggy banks, people.
I can
So
give
I'll
500
get this.
gold to the
No,
cause.
I got this. I'm the one who doesn't spend money, remember?
I've got 4,826 gold pieces.
How much is this worth? Put in like 10 platinum.
Guy, I've still got like we got like 30k
We've got
from
a lot
that.
of money. and
Like a
some
5-year-old with
beautiful robes.
$100 bills.
I'm currently sat on
How
over
many sweets can I buy
10,000
with
gold
these?
myself. I've got this. 100 gold a day.
Done. Yeah. Take that. How long are you planning? Sure. You can't really go anywhere. So we won't take prepayment. Because we don't know how much half that's going to be, because we don't know how long.
What about one
We'll be
day?
ki-
One day's payment. That covers
Yeah,
one day.
I'll give you because you're gonna get a day out of it no matter what. I'll give you 100 gold to start with, and then
Take the 100 gold. All right, we'll be outside of the overall this side vein. We won't be on the other side of the barrier. We'll just be where this mine begins. We'll be there, camped out.
Okay. Or back at the town, the discarded town, if it's safer.
I'm gonna stay at this mine.
No worries.
This way, we'll know if the undead are all dead, if they were tied to this one in some way. Because if they come, then our job's not done.
True.
Yep.
All right then. Thank you.
Good luck.
Into the
Whatever
hole.
you do.
What's wrong?
Down the hole. That solved our childcare problem.
If only it were that
Prepay
easy in
it,
Ben's
baby.
campaign. Where we had to take care of a noble. Alright, so you're all entering the corridor? Okay.
I'm checking the trapdoor for traps first.
Okay, that probably alright. A little late, but go ahead.
Rivallon's already down there.
Yeah, go ahead.
Door's good!
Just walk down past Isaac like, all right.
Be an investigation check.
Damn, it has a pressure sensitive.
22.
Latch. They know we're coming.
Sorry, I'll give I will assist in that before you do anything.
Oh, okay.
Because
So I
I
get
have advantage for searching for traps.
23.
All right. Hey, 1 extra. No. You don't find any
Okay.
traps.
Okay.
My bad.
So you
I-
enter into the corridor.
I make
But
sure
there-
that Sesh and Ustinia get down safely because they cannot see in the dark.
Okay.
I cast
I'm
a
going
shield.
to shield. Okay, hold on, because there's so when you cast light upon your shield, I gotta get
Nothing
rid of
We
the.
will take
I gotta
lots of
get rid
damage.
We all die. Just turn to ash.
It's like manganese on a fire.
It's just white phosphorus that we've just ignited. Yeah.
Yeah.
The only way to get it off is to cut the skin off. Ah.
So, no. What happens is when you cast light upon your shield, it does not emit the light spell. It instead only emits dim light for 15 feet.
So
Magical
like it sort of
darkness.
gets sucked up.
Yeah.
Ah,
Magical darkness.
Doesn't that mean that dark vision doesn't work then?
No, dark vision. Dark vision
Works.
works.
It's not.
Oh.
I'm not.
I assume magical
dark
darkness
vision.
would take it away. That's just me,
Well,
though.
it depends on the type. Is
Yeah.
the thing.
I've
I know what
never.
I know what I've done.
He knows what he's done. He understands.
I understand.
okay. What if I try and light a torch? Does that sort of dim light as well?
Yes, it does not seem to emit light as far as you would expect it. And you could look directly at the flames, and it doesn't like hurt your eyes because it's less. It's
Wait,
it's
you're not
overall.
meant to do that.
No, you're not meant to look at fire. No, you're not.
No, bad
like
for
a
you,
good,
man.
A good like a good fire. You're supposed to not stare directly at the epicenter of it. Like you
But
could
like the
they-
dance of the flame.
like a shitty campfire. I guess that's okay because I've done that before, but you shouldn't be
A
close
torch,
to it.
no.
Like a torch though. That's like next to you. You shouldn't like put your semi
shouldn't be
gelatinous. Yeah, you shouldn't be looking at it with your semi-gelatinous eyes to dry out as you look at the
Yeah.
fire.
That's bad for you.
It is bad for you. Just like campfire smoke.
As
is really
somebody
bad
who
for
works
you.
in optics, I can tell you that's bad for you.
Yeah.
Explains so much of my childhood.
Yeah.
Now we know why Midge's eyes are fucked.
reminds me of that old Rooster Teeth podcast moment where Bernie Burns said his brother made him think that when he looked at the sun, the little dot that appeared was brought you to treasure. So he would look at the sun and then follow the dot as after he looked away from the sun, and he did that for like days. He thought he was just not good enough at it.
Oh my god.
Oh dear.
That's yeah. So but from what you can tell, forms of light in this area only emit half of. Does not emit full bright light, and only emit dim light out to 15 feet, like 15 feet.
I'm not going to cast a spell, so I'm going to keep... Well, I'm not going to cast a spell that actually costs a spell slot, so I'm just going to keep light on.
It gives you a little bit. It's dim light for 15 feet.
I can see...
I can see in dim light. Not
Yeah,
dark vision, but dim light is okay for me.
I can just see dim light, so whatever. I'm not
So it
banging
looks-
into
let me
walls
invert
anymore.
it.
So it's
Let me get the
mean, I-
actual thing. I have dim light doesn't impose disadvantage on your wisdom checks. Okay, right.
You really.
sorry.
really
While you
need
guys
to-
are debating
every
this, I'm
benefit you
watching
can
that
get from
sequence.
wisdom checks.
I'm fully watching that sequence. That was an example of Resident Evil's bad editing, and wow, this is. I watched it all in that time, and yeah, 118 cuts. That thing is nauseating. That is. How did that get past like test screenings?
It didn't.
Oh yeah, that's true. They didn't do a test screening.
Let's be honest, it didn't.
They didn't care.
Waiting for this.
Yeah. So you as you
Wait,
Is
had
it
to go
just
through
another
test
German
screenings.
tax grab?
Is German
Like the
tech grab?
last Resident Evil films.
I
were.
thought it was a way for the director to get his wife like topless, because aren't they married? Isn't
No,
the
the
lead
original
actress?
Resident Evil film was basically a German company invested, quote unquote, into it with
Oh,
the plan
yeah, I
that it
remember
would
that.
make a loss because it's tax deductible.
Except they didn't though, did they? They got ruined because it actually did well.
Yeah, the first
Real
Resident
life
Evil film.
producers.
So yeah,
Springtime for Hitler and Germany.
But no, most video game to film adaptations are actually just tax dodges. They're meant to be bad so that you lose money.
except for the Mario,
Mario
Brothers
film.
movie, that was actually tried, and that's what they came out with. So that tells you,
Yes.
yeah.
Well,
They
it was
chose
what the
poorly.
They
early
tried.
90s when it came out, wasn't it? Like the
Ratchet,
early 90s.
20
That says a lot about the kinds of films they were doing. Like you look
They're
at Judge
remaking
Dredd,
it, aren't
Stallone,
they?
Judge
Oh, no,
Dredd,
it's
it's
a
all
different
the
thing.
same genre.
Ignore what I just said.
The 2016 Ratchet and Clank movie was actually pretty decent, and they actually made money on it.
No, there are some decent video game movies. There's some decent video games.
There
I although I don't much care. I don't much care for it. The Monster Hunter film was supposedly okay. Like, I mean, it wasn't horrible.
I mean,
watched the,
did Bob Hoskins say that his biggest life regret was the Mario film?
I think so.
I'm
It'd be
pretty
mine.
sure in
It would be
interviews.
mine too. It'd be mine too. Let's be honest. He was acting right next to the little tiny head Goombas. that were,
But that's a lot coming from Bob Hoskins.
that's also true. But okay. So you I'm sorry, it's just got in my head. I'm just seeing the Goombas again. Who signed off on that?
Right.
So
Come on, Rich, you can do it.
somebody needs to make a D&D monster that's just the Mario Brothers movie Goombas. Just them. No, nothing. They're harmless. They're totally harmless, but they're there. Yeah, they're just there. It's like that person that made the goose from the Untitled Goose Game and put it in D&D and had rules for it.
Really?
Yeah, well, it was like you can't if you put it in a prison, it'll find a way out. It'll just appear even if it doesn't make sense, and it doesn't appear in divination at all. If you divinate on it, you just see a blank white room. It's totally harmless. It does nothing to the party, but they'll spend hours ripping their hair out once they start figuring out these little inconsistencies. Yeah. All right, so you enter into the corridor. Light, again, only 15 feet. And you can see on both sides of you is a mirrored, basically mural that begins where the door, like, empties out and continues. It's telling a pictographical story as you go.
Can we look at the pictures?
Ramses II crushed the sea peoples, taking many prisoners.
I just assume it's the Bayo Tapestry all the way along.
Fire, earth, water, air, the four elements.
Go planet!
Oh,
And then the Fire Nation attacked.
fucking hell.
We're the
I hate
Planeteer.
and love
You can
all
be
of
one
you.
too.
When he said Ramses II, the first thing I went to was Xerxes from 300. For some reason, that's what my brain
But no,
immediately
it's
defaulted to.
the
I know.
My
One
head went
reference we
Prince
have
of
for the sea
Egypt.
peoples during the Bronze Age collapse
I
is
know,
his murals, because they're the only ones
know.
who beat them.
Yeah, I know, but it's just the first thing my head went to was Xerxes. just
So my head just started playing the Prince of Egypt animated
I wasn't-
animated film
I
in my
wasn't-
head, like when you
that
said
wasn't
that.
a
It
thing
was
for
like,
me. I didn't grow up with that. Like, I've seen it, but it wasn't a big deal for me.
There can be miracles.
In my-
let's go. I
in
don't
my
want to think
house-
about Sam Riegel's
yeah.
sister.
Yeah, in my house, it was the 200 Land Before Time sequels. That was that. That's what we want.
Jesus.
They're still making
Anyway,
those.
this corridor. This
Yeah,
corridor.
corridor. Yeah. So yeah, if you're walking down the corridor, it's not straight, but there are no branching paths. So there's only one way to go. But as you go, give me a. Now I need to. What is an art appraisal check, or what is a way of working
I'm
through
trained in paint.
History? I'd say history.
history, perception,
Art history.
Because you're trying to understand,
Art
it's not
history.
artwork as in you're appreciating its
Yeah.
aesthetic and what concepts it's making you emotionally feel. It's
Though if
a
somebody
mural.
wants to give an art critique while they're watching it, go.
Yeah. Yeah, but it's
No,
not
that'd be
like
fun.
art in that sense.
The
It's
way
you're-
the
yeah,
color
you're
bounces
looking
off
at
the
a story.
sincere lack of
You
light
do it
in this
intelligence.
corridor.
Intelligence works because you're trying to suss out a story
Sure.
from there. So intelligence works. If you want to do advantage, because I'm sure somebody's giving you advantage.
The
Thank
way
you,
the
in
lack
fact.
of light
Who wants to give
bounces
me
off of the
advantage?
color.
Or who wants advantage?
Oh, I've got a +2 to intelligence.
I've got a +3.
You thinky people do it. I am.
You thinky people.
I'm not think.
You
I'm smart.
fucking nerds.
I'm just average intelligence, so
Yeah.
I mean, I-
sorcerers, the jock of wizards. We don't.
Yeah.
We just do.
Dude.
Wow.
Yeah.
My God, you're right. Shit, it happened.
17.
Okay, so the story that you're getting from this is it depicts the lives of two individuals, a man and a woman, who, yeah, you might want to write this down.
they stole an apple from space aliens.
That would liven up the Bible a lot.
Oh shit, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just
the
add in
Assassin's
the
Creed
They-
plot,
they-
isn't
they
it?
stole-
Assassin's
they
Creed plot.
stole the fantastic space gizmo.
Just
ball
add in some
from
Alpha
the aliens.
Centaurians into there, and just they come down.
But yes, it's yes, you got
But
the
change
Assassin's
nothing
Creed
else
thing.
about it. It's just
Didn't
aliens.
they like do nothing else with it? They had that
No.
thing in that one Assassin's Creed with big hits. And I was like,
Aliens.
oh my god, and they did nothing with it.
Yeah, in
Well, that's-
Revelation, they were like
Yeah.
technology.
Next one
and
after that, it was
shit.
one of the.
You want to
goddesses
know
was all
why?
like,
Because
"I'm
they didn't
gonna
think
kill
they'd get
you."
that far.
Yeah.
They laid it out in the first game, and they thought, this will never work. And now it's
Then
6 games
Assassin-
later, going like,
Assassin's Creed 2 came out, and the whole world went, "Yes, this is what we want, more Ezio!"
Just give us
and
more
the story,
Ezio, please.
yeah, and then the story
It's
guides were like, oh god,
We're running out of Borgias.
no.
Well, we need to continue this story somehow, and I'm not entirely sure how we're going to do it.
They didn't really replicate because they kept fucking each other. It's...
It's a finite number. All right, so, yeah, so you did the story seems to depict a man and a woman who began their lives, or at least the story begins on some sort of settlement, a farm. And from what you're getting with that role, what you're getting is that it was somewhere east of the Sunset Mountain Range, so the opposite side of the mountains where you're at right now, in an area of rolling steppe.
Okay.
Well, that's Utesh then, isn't it? If that's
Yeah,
that
that
area
sounds
of rolling
Utesh.
step.
It then depicts in a very artistic and kind of abstract way, a symbol which you know from your schooling to be the original symbol of what was known as the Empire of the Sun or the Empire of the Star, etc. It was called a lot of things. The Elven Empire of old depicts abstractly that coming over the mountain and shining upon the land in which these two individuals live. Shows them. Oh, go ahead. Yeah. Because
So-
it looked like you were trying.
No, the old elven symbol went across the mountains to where the man and the woman were.
Yes.
So it went from west to east first.
So, hang on, no. Okay, so the Elven Empire invaded the steppes. The steppes revolted back and conquered.
Maybe. I'm going to read the rest of the story, but it.
Yep.
Yes. It depicts them with another individual, smaller. You get the sense that this is a child, a child, being with them, growing up, etc. Until around one of the corners, you get another bit of the mural, tapestry, or whatever. It's not really a tapestry, but mural. And it depicts two individuals that you can guess are elves due to their very exaggerated
Ears.
ears and proportions, killing the young one.
They killed the
for some
younglings.
reason. Killed the younglings.
Oh
The
boy.
women and the children too.
We will name one of those the evil elves Anakin.
Oh no.
Elves that really dislike sand.
Yeah.
Damn it, you beat me too. It's gonna,
It gets everywhere.
Anakin. He really didn't like sand.
like sand.
It's coarse and rough and gets everywhere.
Anybody ever think of the fact that Darth Vader's home is on Mustafar, the place where he lost all of his limbs and was burned almost to death?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, but that's just him
Well,
being like,
But
fuck
if you
you,
think about
I'll-
it, that's where he
Is
lost
anyone-
Padme. That's where he lost the use of most of his body. So all of his painful memories are there.
it's
and
where
what does
he
use
was
to keep himself
reborn.
angry?
It's where he was reborn as Vader.
But
Basically.
and
No,
also,
he would-
here's another thing. Is anybody else looking at the cast list for the new Obi-Wan TV show and upset to see that Hayden Christensen was on there?
No.
Wait,
Not at
seriously?
all.
Yeah, he's coming back. Yeah.
He's coming back. He's coming back. It's
I
probably
hope
gonna
they
be,
give him
it's
a
gonna be
good script
flashbacks.
this time.
It's
That's
gonna
the
be
thing.
flashbacks. I
The
get a
guy
sense
is a
it's
really
gonna be
good
like
actor. It's
flash-
just that film.
Oh,
was
yeah, no,
really
he's not
badly
bad.
written.
Nobody I think in the prequels was like bad like as an actor. I think they were just bad because they had a shitty script and George Lucas didn't care anymore.
I've seen him
Thought,
in some other films.
We'll fix it in
that
post. I'll just fix it in
aren't-
post.
he might be one of those actors who just got unlucky with always bad writing, but there are some. I look at his films and go.
Either way,
"Yeah."
depicts the elves are depicted as killing the child, and then it depicts the two individuals killing the elves, raising a force of other humans. It looks like, because they don't have overly exaggerated ears, and in an artistic way, showing them taking the symbol of the old elven empire and throwing it over the mountain. Then it depicts those two coming to the mountain and entering a hole in the mountain. Depicts them traveling in what looks to be an underground representation, and then entering or coming up back to the surface on the other side of the mountain. Depicts them bringing their people over, fighting and continuing to break down the symbol of the sun until they get to like this representation of what looks like to be a giant tree, a very giant tree. Obviously, it's a very ancient painting and stuff, so the scales or proportions don't matter in ancient drawings, but it definitely looks like it's supposed to be big, and then it's depicted as being on fire.
That's the city.
Give me an intelligence check.
No, that's Stunlas. We
Yeah,
we know
Stunlas,
that
the tree,
Stunlas had a
the
giant tree that burnt, and the king, what's it called, Yaren left as the city burned and the tree burnt down. That was the whole thing.
22. You see in the depiction of them throwing you see continually, it doesn't register first, but you can see subliminally within the picture of the old symbol, something change every time it's depicted, where the individuals who are throwing it are shifted slightly. Where they're like, whether they're breaking it in half. There's a lot of depictions of, they're not depicting battles per se, they're depicting the symbol of the empire being like broken on a hammer or thrown over into water or over a mountain, etc. But slowly you see depictions of individuals with like smiles, like a stylized like crescent smile begin to appear more and more inside of the group. More and more in the group. And finally, in the fire that rises from the old tree, a barely noticeable in the oldie time painted flames, a smile of the same style rising from the tree.
How much does it remind me of Ziggy?
Remind me more than anyone.
How much does it remind
Pretty close.
Rivallon of Ziggy?
It's pretty close. It doesn't have the eye that's normally associated with it, but it's pretty close.
Wow. Ba-da-da-da-da-do.
Hey, Ziggle.
Get Ziggy with it.
Indeed.
This is not the
and
first time
Get
it's
sick with it.
happened.
I fucking hate you. So, but once you actually reach the end of the mural. And I continue, by the way, as you're walking through this, the floor of this corridor, this twisting corridor, has the same ground pattern going down the center of it.
Are the
Just
dimensions the
constant.
same as the thing that the crystal was on?
Give me an Well, no, you did make an intelligence check. Yes.
So the green crystal.
Question.
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, was this a painting or was this like a carving?
It was painted. It was like a mix, because old paintings sometimes they would carve out the like the shape and then they would fill it in with paint to accentuate.
So I could take a rubbing of this.
You could, yeah.
I'm gonna start doing that, I think.
Okay. Are you want to just say you've been doing that this whole time, just like
Yeah.
like important bits and pieces? Okay.
Stuff that I
so
would think Bosch would need to see.
Okay. So you've I'm going to say you need to use 20 sheets of whatever paper you have.
I've got. Yeah, cool.
Okay.
I'm taking
to
in
get
as
through
much detail as I can, and I'm going to try and remember what it looks like when we get out. But
Okay.
I'm trying to take in as much because I want to draw it.
Okay. And when you get to the end of the mural, there is a staircase that goes down in a spiral pattern. And next to that staircase, there is a old carving that looks to have been done, funny enough, before the mural was put down, and just the way that it's worn down. And it looks to be it's in the same writing as the one that you saw
Okay.
upstairs in the cave. And you don't even need to cast anything. You can just read that, can't you?
Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Let me just send that over.
You can read it out loud because
Screw me
I'll just read it to them.
Nah.
No.
Cause that, no. You're gonna do it because you took the thing. You're taking away my mystery. You can read it out.
It'll send
Maybe
it to you
just
directly.
actually-
Yeah, I know. I'm just
Yeah,
waiting for the
I'll
message to come
correct it.
through.
Yeah, it's gonna be an open office document because I have no other way of
Ooh, wow.
giving it to
okay.
you. If I can find it. Where is it?
Look, Mog Mark 1 could read everything, so Mog Mark 2.
Yeah.
Had to be able to read everything.
True.
In order for us to get where we are.
Yeah, pretty much. One way or
Yes.
another, whether it's comprehend languages or this. Ah, thank you, Roach.
Yep. No. This is all lets me get things done that I didn't plan for you to be here already, so I had to write in some things here.
The last poem of the damned. How long can you swallow the pain before it comes around again? And a shadow in the valley will lead you to them, so don't follow. How long can you chase the wind, fighting against what's already been? And demons will come around to haunt you again. Don't follow. We're a long way from home, barely weathered the storm, but I hear the wind come and I hear a voice that says, don't follow. How long till the sun rise again? I've grown cold ever since. And the wicked will always fight till the end, so don't follow. Death comes to take all away, fairness will never come to play, and a shadow in the valley will lead the way, so don't follow. Don't follow.
A few more words than speak friend and enter then, isn't it?
Ominous.
Mm-hmm.
So you find that on the side of the wall. That looks to have been carved before the rest of the murals were carved. I have as many d12s. So what do you want to do?
So what's in front of us? So just is it a wall with this on? Have we got doors? Are we still
To the side of
continuing?
the, it's to the side of a wall that leads to a spiral staircase going down.
Can I cast Detect Magic?
Sure. So you cast Detect Magic, and you don't need to make a check. And you do not detect a distinct spell in the murals or anything, but there is a area spell that is kind of in the stones of this place that you get the sense is the reason for the odd light.
That makes sense. And did you say it was a statue with the carvings?
No, just the side of a wall
Just the side
that's
of a
been
wall.
carved into, in the same manner as the original, or as the message you had at the top.
Is every... Do you remember when I had the dream?
You're going to have to be a bit more specific.
When
Do you
you
mean the
stole
one where
that
you
picture,
saw Zakul's avatar? Kill
Oh, you mean the
Crown
one
Prince?
where you constantly seeing that woman's face?
and Sesh had to help me take off the curse.
Yeah, where you were seeing that woman with the to kill the crown prince and that sort of stuff.
I think, was it the same day or we did the legend lore, I think it was, and we found, Sesh found that song when she
Yeah.
asked where the tomb was.
Yeah.
Because that was a duet between a man and a woman. This is all linking. Do we go down the stairs?
I would say so.
Well, I'm going to go with the teenage way of looking at this. You tell me not to do something, I'm going to do it.
Don't
oh
not
no,
go down the
Rivallon,
stairs.
don't go down the stairs.
Don't not go down the stairs.
Don't tell me what to do, Isaac!
It would've been
Make sure you
funnier.
don't check for traps either.
Stop telling me what to do!
Dad.
Found the mend.
And
We
don't
can
kill
control
everything you
him.
find down there! I'm family, you tell me what to do!
Now, side thing here. The stairs are just as wide and tall as the corridor that you were originally traveling in. So
So one
they're,
person at a
they're-
time sort of thing.
No, it's 10 foot wide.
So two.
10 foot wide, 10 foot tall.
Twos.
So you can go by 2 by 2.
So
and
Hurrah, hurrah.
the grinding, the blemish in the center of a stone look of the rest of the corridor is on each step of this as well.
So it's like it's been
So-
pulled up the stairs.
let's think about this as well for a moment.
Or
I'm
down.
saying this as we walk. I'm guessing. We legend lore. We got a song. we've now got a poem and art. And there's very little written history, maybe because they didn't have a written history.
Well,
Could be more of an
that
oral
sounds-
culture.
That sounds like tradition.
Correct.
We do not have
which-
writing, we have the oral traditions. Are these ancient
Which-
fish?
If these are ancient, or a clan of ancient Utesh, and then it would make sense if their stories didn't continue, if they all fought and not many people returned from the war. Some may have settled, obviously, this side and taken on to different accounts, and technology mingles, history mingles, but there wasn't a great return after the conquest, was there, to...
Justinia, I wasn't there when.
Do I recall any oral traditions of a missing clan, or a clan that went over the mountains, or...
Not specifically. I mean, you can make a history check. That yeah, thing I would ask you to do as a GM. As a professional GM, I should probably do that.
It's a professional GM.
17.
In a roundabout way, I make money from this.
Yeah.
This is how it works. 17. You don't recall any specifics about a clan gone missing or having migrated somewhere far and wide and never returned. But as Demir was wont to do and said previously, he always had
He's
the
a
theory.
fucking nerd.
Yeah, he's
He
a
sounds
nerd.
lovely.
He is lovely. To give Demir credit. Demir's a lovely fella.
He is. Yes, he is. There's always a little theory that the conquerors or the conqueror was a Uteshian because they had come from over the mountains, as in the legend says, comes from over the mountains from the plains to defeat the evil Elven Empire, as it's normally said. And some people think that. There's a good number of people that think it's from the Abrana area, which is north of Utesh. But that's always been the case, but nothing specific that would jump out at you as saying a clan went missing or anything.
Well, yeah.
I've written that poem
So-
down in common, by the way.
Lovely.
Justinia, I wasn't with you when you went back to the tribe, but would the wise men know if there were stories like this?
The priests, they carry out oral traditions, but it tends to be more focused on the tribe rather than the... There are some stories that relate to the Utesh as a whole peoples and our roots, but predominantly it is the tale of each tribe, passed as families. But
So if it wasn't
anyone would
specifically
know, it
Opperton-
would be them and perhaps the most senior priests, especially the ones that deal with that are more commonly in attendance of the meeting of tribes with the Confederation.
But do you know who would know?
Possibly. Would
A
there
certain-
be an equivalent, not necessarily a high priest, but would there be equivalent of, like, say, the senior most in terms of like a
great
seniority?
shaman.
Like first among equals, kind of. You know what I mean? Like they're all equal, but there's one that's clearly higher in seniority.
There's
Isaac was
who has-
referencing something else, but this is also a good.
There's
line
one
of
dude who
example.
has a beard that reaches his toes. He's the first among
Isaac
many.
wanted to talk to Bosch again.
No, Isaac was gonna say we need to try and contact the man we met on the peyote journey.
Oh yeah. Huh. Time to get high again. Let's go.
You know what we need to do, guys? Talk
Drugs.
We need to speak to your Tishian creator.
Look,
Yeah,
I'm not
we-
having much luck of
God.
trying to get to mine, but we keep getting to some of yours, so maybe try that again.
I'm getting a busy signal, so can we go to something else?
The line is currently busy.
Please leave a message.
The
after
wireless
the
customer
awesome-
you
I
are
mean,
trying to
tone.
reach is not available.
The number you were calling is disconnected.
call again later.
What the fuck?
But the way that Uteshian kind of culture works, there isn't really a head priest that
Only the
that
priest who collects
exists.
actual heads.
No.
It's all part of like its own little mini council that they work amongst each other. There's really none that have seniority over the others. They just kind of work amongst themselves. So you're not totally sure if and they specialize in different things, but you were never too familiar with them as a group when your time in the tribe, so it never really came up. So you wouldn't be totally sure who to contact specifically, and you're not even sure you'd be able to get a message to them, as it'd be somewhat difficult to verbally describe them well enough for a message to reach that proper person. So that would be that.
We're going down the stairs?
Downstairs? I assumed you've been traveling this whole time.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
you're
this was
there.
This was us talking while we're walking. I
Walk
said
and
that
talk.
when I
Walk and
mentioned-
talk. West Wing. So it actually doesn't take you too long. You go down one floor equivalent, and you enter into a large 60 by 60 foot chamber that has what's left of a stone plinth in the center that the dragging marks originate from.
Does this match whoever had a vision about a certain tomb? What they saw?
Sesh.
That would be me. Hi, yes.
What you can see is that there is an exit on the opposite end of this square room.
Okay, so this doesn't look like it's a main room.
No, but you can definitely tell that whatever was dragged through this stairs and whatever was dragged through the corridor upstairs and up the stairs originated here in the center of this room.
Is the door closed?
The opposite door is it's like a stone. It's like an Egyptian stone door. It's been closed, and it actually has what looks to be a seal upon it that was made of a hempen rope twisted around the two handles of the stone door and sealed in a clay that is unbroken.
I'm moderately impressed that that clay hasn't dried out at this point.
I mean, it is. It's a dried clay seal.
Well, I mean, like,
Ever
it hasn't
seen
just crumbled.
I mean, you ever seen Tutankhamun's tomb
No.
before they opened it?
I'm not that much of a...
Clay that, like, if it's applied thick enough and is allowed to dry slowly, it's just ceramic. You wouldn't just
That's
crackle up and
ceramic,
fall
That's
apart.
fair. That's fair, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess you're right there.
Tutankhamun's tomb had a similar thing. If anybody knows what that looks like off the top of their head, basically think that.
Let me just Google that. But yeah.
King Tut's tomb.
Go ahead.
Unopened.
Okay.
Seal, and you'll see what it.
Is there anything that look like it's going to be a trap in this room?
Give me a perception check.
Is there anything else
Give you
on the
advantage.
walls?
I'm not great at perception.
All right, fine. Give me
You
advantage.
asked.
I'll give you.
I'm great at
advantage.
perception.
I'm an investigator.
I'm okay
Investigator, not
with
a
perception,
perceiver.
and I can, like, with traps.
I'm used to looking at filed paperwork for my answers, not my art using my 2 18s.
All right.
Dabbled in the modern art of forensics, not oculars.
I'm a clerk, not an adventurer.
Yeah. Well, he's an inquisitor.
Slaps a gnome with a briefcase.
This bad boy can fit so much investigation.
What you can see is if you perceive, if you're looking for traps, was that what both of you were rolling for?
Yeah, sure.
Okay. You can see it is a stone room made of oddly, very precisely cut brick across the entirety of it. Ceiling, walls, and floor. That, like, precision cut, like as in they would be like clones of each other. And you see no breaks in any of the walls. You see no indicators of a pressure plate or of a tripwire. The only breaks in the stone are the exit to the stairs that you came through, the doorway that has its seal on it, and the plinth in the center of the room.
Is there anything on the plinth?
Nope. It looks like at some point there was something on it, as it has a slightly, like a slightly, what is it? Concave? Concave.
Yeah.
Yeah. Concave surface.
Concave.
Where something
convex.
rested in it, but at some point, somebody or something took whatever was sitting in there and dragged it out.
The gem upstairs.
Do we think the beholder was the guardian of the tomb?
Maybe.
And then the gem corrupted him, maybe. Can I take a look at the door? The far door with the
Sure.
seal?
Sure. What do you want to know?
So, does it look like the seal has to be broken to get in?
Yes.
I'm checking for conventional traps on this door, if I can.
Okay. Go ahead.
Professor, you wouldn't
Uh,
mind checking and seeing if there's any magical seal in here.
Professor. Oh my God,
19.
we're this close to Mummy, the first Mummy movie. We got a professor. We got...
It's the birds! The bird!
Yeah. Do I still have to tech magic up? It lasts 10 minutes. I had it up on.
You could cast it again if you need to. It's been more than 10 minutes, I would say, because you cast it at the top of the stairs and you've been talking for a while.
I cast detect magic.
Okay. You see again the vestigial magic making the light
Yeah.
dimmer. And nothing else jumping out at you.
Any inscriptions anywhere, or we just... blank?
It is bare of writing, this entire chamber.
Okay. I think we might need to go in. I'm gonna say a quick prayer, just because uneasy about going into someone's tomb.
Okay.
But just like a whole no disrespect, but we're coming in.
All
Does
right.
anyone have like a magical hand that can open that while we're all, 5 feet away?
Hell no.
No, neither do
Nope.
I. I feel like I used to have
one
one,
has-
and now I don't have
No
one.
one has mage hand.
Could I investigate the plinth?
Sure. What are you looking for?
Just generally looking over, see if there's anything that could, like inscriptions, anything that could tell us what was there.
Okay.
Because no one's actually looked at that bloody thing.
No.
They went
True.
straight past it.
I went
They
straight
did
to
the
door.
Rivallon, which is what's through that door.
Which
I'll
means
leave the
Rivallon
Brainiacs
doesn't
to
do
check
the
out
other
all
thing.
the other stuff. I'll go and do the door. So here we go. 11.
Okay, you look through, you look at the plinth. You definitely notice the scraping that occurred as something was taken from the plinth and dragged, seemingly upstairs to the corridors and then out of them into the cave. You notice that this has been left alone for a long time. Nobody's stepped here, nobody's touched it, and that's how you know that the plinth used to contain something in the center of it, because there is a difference in dust thickness from the outer edges to the inner edges, as if something like an accumulation of dust occurred for a long time, then the center has been uncovered for far less time than the rest. And you're just looking through, trying to like something's got to be about this plinth, and you find on the bottom of the plinth, underneath an overhang, a carving, and what you can tell to be the only words so far, other than the poem upstairs.
Mm-hmm.
The only words in this entire chamber, and it is carved with a not the steady disintegration hand that the others were carved with. This seems to have been chiseled into the stone on the underside, and it is 4 letters. GEHS.
In common.
Yes.
Guys, writing here? Like, actual freaking writing.
Like, you can read it writing.
Like, I can read it writing.
What does it say?
Would someone like to come and have a look at this?
I will come and have a look at this.
Maybe do a little investigation of your own?
Do the letters GEHS mean anything to me?
Make a history check.
I'm going to use my 13, 20.
No,
Okay.
they do not mean anything to you. You do notice that the G is capitalized.
Does it
The
mean
rest is
anything
small.
to me?
Make a history check, Estenia.
Should we all make a history check?
Yeah.
At this point?
16.
No.
Don't think any of us can beat what Mog had on his session
Mine was
activity.
technically quite low. But
Yeah,
my...
mine was 11 again. There you go.
But like, yeah, I'm not trained in history. I just got a +1, so no.
Mikey?
I honestly don't think Sesh would know this. Like, I don't know why she would have any idea. Unless, like, insight, I could argue. Like, maybe there's some sort of, I don't know, gang markings or something. Legitimately, I don't know. I'm trying to think of something here to try and give me some sort of idea here. Could stand for something. It could be a, what's the word for it? An acronym? Is that the right
Yeah,
word?
that's what I'm
Could be
thinking.
an acronym.
I was thinking it was, but I did when I had them all down as capital. But if only the E is, that's a
It
name.
was G, wasn't it? It was G-E.
G.
Yeah, the GEHS, but the G is capitalized.
Mm-hmm.
Gets.
Guess.
I mean, I'm trying to think of any other way I could leverage insight, but I don't think I can, and I don't think she would have known any kind of history from around here, because remember, she's from the Grey Wastes, and she would have grown up with no real,
Perfectly valid.
with no
Perfectly
real
valid.
like access to books from this area. So
All right. So, what are you doing?
I've got to try and open this door, I think.
Okay.
I apologise. I usually can see through doors for a while, but I thought we were just having a fight today, so I didn't prepare it.
Nope. No worries. So, does there look like a way to normally open this door, or are we going to have to Ustinio smash?
I mean, it
Yeah,
has
look.
handles.
Okay,
The-
I'm going to just go for the
s-
handles. I'm
The
gonna
seal
try-
rip and
is
tear
tied
until the
between
door
the
is done.
handles. So are you breaking
I'm-
the seal?
I'm breaking
I'll
the
break
seal.
the seal.
I'm going in.
I'll break it. I don't mind.
No,
getting killed.
No, let me, because I'm resistant to necrotic.
Okay. All right.
so you get hit with fire damage. Fuck.
So you take like a dagger or something to cut the ancient.
Yeah, I've got a blade. I've got a blade, and I'm
Okay,
just
it's
gonna
cut the
seal.
ancient rope that connects the two handles. It's like paper.
Yeah,
dry. That-
so it's a rope with a clay seal in the middle.
Yeah, Mikey
I'm
posted
gonna- I'm
a
gonna
picture of
make
what
su-
I was
I'm-
trying to
Yeah.
describe.
I'm gonna make sure I cut around the seal, and because I want to take the souvenir for Bosch.
Yep.
So I'm gonna wrap that in some of the thing, and it's gonna go into the bag.
All right. But yeah, you cut that open, and then you try, and then you open the door, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you just start pulling on the doors to open them up. Yeah. Okay. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
There we go.
Is this a magical effect?
No.
Okay, cool.
Just the miasma of 100,000 years
I'm
of nobody being here.
Still decent at these, which is good. I'm gonna use favored by the gods to add 2d4 to that. Boom. So I got an 18.
18.
18.
It's not bad.
Fail. DC's 19. I'm sorry.
Oh man.
See, it's even worse
Damn.
when you say that because you're like,
How
oh,
I know
okay.
it is.
Isaac die.
It was the high. It's a high one because as Isaac opens
The
up
reason
the door,
that's why I asked is if it's a magical effect because Warcast would come in with it.
as Isaac opens the door, the back ends of each door trip a catch on the top end of the door frame and release lie down.
Oh, fuck.
A cloud
Ooh.
of lie, which I have knocked up to necrotic because I think that makes sense for lie because it's like there's it's either that or acid, so I thought necrotic
Mhm.
kind of worked because it doesn't really melt. It
Does make
It's
sense,
a weird
yeah.
thing, yeah. So it is a 10d8 attack not attack, save. You failed, so it's 10d8.
I failed
so
the
just gonna-
save.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm
But
just
you'll
gonna
still
I'm gonna
take
roll
half.
that. You
This
take
is
half,
why
so
I
you were
opened the door.
2,
Like this,
3.
it was a con save and then necrotic, guys. It's like still me is the best person to have opened it. It's just the dice did
Yep.
not go in my favor today.
Well, no, it was a hard check, just in general. It's
Yeah.
a hard check, but also you rolled pretty shitty on that con check. Just
Yeah, no,
1,
I
2,
rolled a
3,
5
4,
on the
5,
con.
6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, okay. You take half this in
Oh,
Okay.
necrotics. It's not bad.
Okay.
It was a very below average
So-
roll on my part.
yeah, there's four
So
ones
half,
in there.
Half
so
of that is
18.
15, 3, 18. I've got 12, so I'm down 30. That's really nice round number. Yeah, you just see me like this light comes down and just.
Yeah.
Oh.
It doesn't. Yeah, it burns. It burns.
I'm
but
just
it did-
spluttering up essentially like white flour, and then there's like
Yeah.
bit splutters of blood with it. It's like, I'm okay. I'm very much glad that it was me that opened that.
Yep. What you see on the other end is a long chamber with stone tablets.
Heal that, Isaac.
With stone tablets about 8 to 9 feet tall on either side of the way towards the end of this hallway, with a giant door at the other end of the hallway.
Of course, it's not a freaking door.
Is there
I don't know
anything
what
on
you
the
guys-
tablets?
Yes, in fact, one of the party has seen this place before.
Sesh!
Oh no! Fuck. Okay, guys,
Sesh.
this is big time styly. Shit is happening.
This is some stuff there.
Sesh,
I've been here before.
you
I know this place.
I have some recollection.
I have no memory of this place.
I have some memory of this place.
Guys, I have the song,
Anybody else
by
got
the way,
another one?
on
Are we
play.
good?
I think we're good.
Yeah, we're good. Yes.
Get back, flame of Ulu! Sorry.
But yeah, you have seen this place before. For you, used a legend lore to look and found this place and received the words that are
In Mog's
The word
possession
was
right
God?
now.
that are arrayed on these tablets. And now that you see it, makes a lot more sense than the jumble of words that you saw previously.
The best bit was the music track ended when you said that, so it was like, oh, da, 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 da. Makes a lot more sense.
Yeah, as these are not jumbled, these are in order, and they match the song that you kind of pieced together. So you succeeded in that point. Each tablet has, each slab has one verse in order of when they are spoken in the song, all the way to the doorway. And on either side of the doorway, there are two exact same representations. One male, one woman on one side, one male, one woman on the other side. That look to be giant, like, buttons. Like, that are pushed in from the way that they are, they're represented. And they align, these two groups align with each stone pillar, or like group of pillars that goes down either side. You can see no way to obviously open the door, or this giant slab, to beyond where Sesh has seen the other side of this. That contains two
Tombs.
Two
Or
tombs.
sarcophaguses, I guess.
Sarcophagi. Which I'm assuming is the plural of sarcophagus.
I hope so.
I hope so. You don't see a way of opening the door. The only things that you can see are the tablets, or the stones that have the words, the verses of the song, and the two groups of male-female representations on either side of the door.
So we need to
I think
figure out. Sorry, go ahead, Sesh.
we need to sing this song and press the buttons at the end.
I think we need to figure out which side of the song was the male side and which side was the woman's.
It's
And
in
then-
line. She points.
Yes, but there's a
as-
man on a woman on one side and a man on a woman the other side. So, button press, man one side, woman the other side.
Is it two statues each on each side, or just one statue on each side, Roach?
It's two statues on each side.
Ah, okay. That's where I got it wrong.
Well, not statues, but it's two representations that look to be
Yeah.
giant buttons.
Where did I write that song down?
Do you want me to say it out loud?
By the way, just to give you guys a context here, this puzzle has been in existence for 18 and a half months.
Damn.
Oh boy.
So, if you guys get through this in under 2 minutes,
Roach is gonna be pissed.
Well, if
Okay.
it makes you happier, I triggered your lie trap at the door.
yeah, that did make me happy.
I was
Fair
the
enough.
perfect person to take that trap, though. Let's face it.
He was.
Yep.
Giggity.
Getting good.
Oh,
Getting good
oh.
at reading me.
Just giggity, by the way.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So yeah, Mog's got it written down, or Red's got it written down, so Mog can recite it.
Got it. I've got
I
it.
know Isaac's got
ages
it
ago.
written down and somewhere. There's
You guys, my notebook is the scrawlings of a madman because, as a focusing mechanism, I have to doodle.
Did you doodle the song?
So it's like, I wrote down the story, but at the bottom there is a random pattern at the bottom. So it's just like,
So,
Yeah.
the song,
Mog's posted it.
Okay.
it's a terrible photo I've just taken.
That's fine.
Actually,
I can
it
read
really
it.
is. Our moon enlightened by the night, the dark side of light. I gave you my devotion, my blood and my life. I trusted your stars, they were once my guide, but now they have fallen along with the call. Okay, so that's person number one.
did you say I trusted your spells?
Trust your stars.
No, I trust your stars. Stars.
Stars.
Number
There's
two,
a lot of light
person
references,
number
which
two.
is why I'm guessing light doesn't work.
Keeper of flame, breaker of day, I gave you my sword, my heart, and my faith. But now the sky has burned, and I scream and wonder when did your fire become so cold? And then the third verse is back and forth between 2 and 1. So 2 says, we are the mountains, the woods, the fields. 1 says, we are the rivers, the shore, and the sea. Number 2, what's worth fighting for? Number 1, the reason we must win. 1 and 2, the land, our home, the air we breathe. Number 2, may thunder be our voice. Number 1, with lightning in our veins. 1 and 2, our hearts are beating with power, roaring our claim. Number 2, what lives between the sun. Number 1 is written in the stars. 1 and 2, why can't you be here? Can I check the statues for any depictions of stars or suns or moons?
Would it not be a good idea to check the pillars for that?
As well. Anything. Let's just look for that.
In here.
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, the one and the 2 they basically depict which side of the room those pillars are on. So 1 is on the left side, 2 is on the right side.
Yeah.
So, give me a perception or investigation check on the.
I will aid. I'm trained in investigation, but I think Moggs is better. So I'll aid you.
Okay.
So how many pillars on each side? Just because I'm gonna diagram this out for myself.
Be the amount of.
Oh, 26.
26.
Fuck yes.
I gotta look at the picture. So that'd be 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 has 12. And 2 has 12. It's 24 pillars in total, but split between 2 sides.
So yeah.
And some of them have double, and some of them where both of them are speaking have it on both sides.
So, and then at the end of the room there is a button on each side, yeah?
2 buttons.
With statues. 2 buttons on each side.
Yeah, one is a man, one is a woman depiction on each side.
Okay.
So
okay.
each
and then,
man and woman statue has their own button.
Yeah.
Right, so there's 4
And
buttons at the end.
There's
Yeah.
4 buttons at the end.
And you have to decide which ones you can be pushing on each side.
And
I
with
think.
a 26 Mog, you check through the 4 representations of the man and woman. They are cloned, like they are exactly the same. Control C, Control V, on both sides. You do not have. There's nothing that you can see that depicts that differentiates them. Remember, the woman on both sides looks exactly the same. It's just a silhouette depiction of the stereotypical kind of female shape, and then the man is the same. They're life-sized, so there is a big button that you would push.
And
like,
one
punch into
door
the hidden
at the end?
temple. And one door in between both sets of these. Just that's about.
So, as a diagram, that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we decided in our own previous long discussion of this. A male and a female voice, we assumed. Parents, maybe, which has probably been confirmed by the mural on the way down. So I'm guessing male on one side, female on the other. You press the the button.
Sesh, you saw the tomb room in the next room, didn't you?
Yes.
Who had the sword?
The woman, if I'm remembering correctly.
One of the lines is, I will give you my sword. I gave you my sword, my heart, and my faith.
Yes.
Is that memory of mine serving myself correctly, Roach? It was the woman who had the sword?
Well, let me check my notes.
Let me check my notes. The DM has to check his own memory. Which, hey, that happens. We're all human here, mostly.
Yeah, I mean, we got caught on this puzzle
For
three months ago.
20-ish, 30 minutes, I think.
We have a
Watch
trained
out.
musician trying to put this song together, and we were all awful.
Get a theater
And-
degree,
and-
kids. It's not totally useless.
And I was just, the string between. We got there.
We got there.
In the end.
We figured
In the
it
end.
out.
God damn. God damn. Okay, so let me check here.
I don't think either of them had a sword. I think one of them had a spear and one of them had a staff, actually.
No, one of them had they did the one's a sword, one's a spear.
One-
But
One
But
was
you did
killed
not-
with
but you did not specifically see that because I'm checking. Unless I embellished accidentally, I don't think my notes do not mention that I told you that. It told you that the weapons were in the set. The weapons are visible,
Mm.
yeah.
but there is no indication of who is who outside of the crypts. Just the weapons are there. So you did see a sword, you did see a spear, but
What
there is no
side of the
representation.
room
Yeah,
were
what
those
side
on?
was the sword on the right-hand side?
Roll a d6 for me.
D6.
Because it's legend lore, I just gotta check and see if
Five.
spatial reference. Okay,
Oh,
spatial
decent.
reference is kind of hard.
Kind of
to
meh.
keep,
You know,
'cause
brain,
you're disembodied racing through this, and it's not really you racing through as a scrying spell. It's you kind of being bombarded with images. So it could have been, it could have been on the right side, but it could have been on the left side. You're not totally sure, and whether or not that matches or matters at all for this
particular puzzle is up in the air.
you don't know. So you,
I'll retcon that. My answer is I saw weapons, but I'm not sure who had who or what side of the room.
if
they
somebody
were on.
goes back in the previous episodes and says, "No, Roach, you said this," it's just like, okay,
Says-
well, that was a year ago, so
Give or
that was
take.
a long time ago.
I know you. I know it's cloudy with legend lore. But was there anything the other side of the door? Like, is there a space for me to
Box
jump?
of lie.
There's a giant pool full of acid.
Well, I'm just saying, is there space for me to jump?
And on the other side of
Cerberus.
that giant pool of acid, there's a direct line to Palor.
Because if I can get
Let's just
the
say
other
this.
side,
Let's just say this. Sesh does not have a layout of rooms. What she got was the general
So-
gist of information relating to the legend she was specifically trying to find information about, which brought her to the fact that
Yep.
this
Okay,
song
there is a tomb.
existed, and it existed within a tomb, and that this tomb contained this stuff generally.
I'm just trying to
She
work
didn't
out if I
scroll-
can
I know, she
go
didn't
through
scroll on
the
the
fabric
face.
of
She didn't
Space
scroll.
and time.
So no, she doesn't have the knowledge necessary for you to know what's on the other
Knowledge.
side, or to make a general gist of whether or not you're going to materialize in a stone wall or not.
I wish I had have done that spell. It's too late
Mm-hmm.
now.
I'm glad you haven't, because you being able to do that would have really made this puzzle entirely pointless.
okay.
We could
So we
just
need to assign
rest
us
the
a-
night.
So yeah.
So I
To
can
make
take
it-
me and another through a wall if we need to, but I need to be able to know what's on the other side. Otherwise, we'll end up in the wall, and that hurts.
It's like that
I have
episode of
stone
Stargate where they got to try and point-to-point transport on the Daedalus.
Technically,
Well,
I have
where
stone
no,
tree.
And
is
Ma-
it-
and
where
McKay's
they
just
have
like
the
this.
moving- Yeah,
It's just
yeah.
like this. To
Yeah, I
transport.
actually remember
Or
that.
Star Wars hyper jumps when they made sense. We got to navigate,
Yeah.
otherwise we end up in the middle of a star, and then you have a real bad day, kid.
Or Battlestar
Yeah.
Galactica, when they felt like they needed to actually say that, but you could also do blind jumps and it would be okay, even though the statistical likelihood of you reappearing inside of a star on a blind jump in three-dimensional space is almost nigh.
At least
like-
Warhammer 40k is consistent. If you blind jump, crap happens
Yeah,
to you.
yeah, consistently inconsistent, but that's 40k in general. Consistently
Well, no, it's
inconsistent.
the warp is meant
Yeah.
to be inconsistent, so
Yeah.
it has.
Anyway,
Yeah, I know, that's what I'm
so-
saying.
Always
bad.
But So what do you want to do? You have the left side and the right side. You know which numbers associated with
We
that.
in our head canon before assigned a male and a female voice to this, didn't we?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Oh, I found it. Okay.
You found the notes.
The original. Is it so far back they're covered in like fingerprints from other like graphite leftovers?
It's pretty far back in the Book of Mog.
It's pretty, yeah.
I've already
Right,
filled up
yeah,
one
one
book of
ancient sword,
notes
one
for this
ancient
game.
sphere.
I'm just about to finish. I need a new book.
No, it does not. I haven't not.
I have not.
No, it wasn't said who had the sword and who had the.
Well, you
stick,
have the
but
content of the.
Yeah.
But we had another note since then, which might be completely irrelevant, and it was written in the last room of the place we transported into before we came here,
Yep.
and it said, "The daughter of Blade shall triumph."
Daughter of Blade.
Blade.
Well.
Now
Shit.
that
So-
could be a scarlet fish, but
Red herring.
I'm willing.
I love you, Red. So much.
I hate that
is
sword.
awful.
I am willing to say that the sword wielder in this song is the female. That's what my gut says as well.
Justinia,
Yes.
in your culture, I understand that everyone's a warrior.
Everyone
much.
without fail.
Is it traditional for the men and the women to prefer different weapons?
Would it be? I couldn't see it
Not-
myself. No.
No,
No,
not really,
no,
because you're
not
basing
really.
them off of
It
the
is
step
whatever
people.
they
It's whatever
personally
daddy
feel
teaches you
proficient
to
in.
use. Yeah, it's whatever your dad teaches you to use.
I mean, Ustinia's family use an axe.
yeah,
All three of them.
yeah, yep.
But I
Yeah,
can
they all
also,
wanted
I
the
also
same
have sword. I can use sword quite well. Lance, you know. We
He's had a
use
lance
whatever-
this whole time.
This
His
whole
time.
Oh, we use whatever is the right tool for the right time.
Yeah, don't worry, Utari. I feel your pain because I had Brisna built the same character with like a +8 to hit, but she never got to use the goddamn thing. And I made the encounters. It just didn't make sense.
That makes it even funnier, to be honest.
Yeah.
To be fair, I think we should once we get up and like quest is over, we should just have those two have a joust, just so they
She'll
can try.
lose. She'll
She'll
lose.
lose.
She'll
Yeah, it's just
She'll
lose.
lose. Fuck this. She'll lose.
Cannot
She's
be
not a
Justinia.
barbarian.
Just a friendly
she's a
joust,
fighter. She's just a fighter. She's a knight.
Just
Right.
a fighter.
Anyway,
So what do you guys want to do? Because you've been sitting around, so you got to make a choice. Unless you want to just sit here and die of starvation or leave.
Number
We've
2
got
is
food.
the one who mentioned sword. If we think that the woman is the sword, then the woman is the one on the right, the man is the one on the left. Now,
okay.
is it daft that I think a woman should press the woman and a man should press the man?
Probably not.
Absolutely not.
I volunteer.
Distribute.
Yeah. Yes.
I am also still feeling pretty good. Health-wise.
You know, I'm just going to say it now near the end
Actually,
of
no.
the.
Sesh, I will press it. We may need you to heal.
I will just say it though. I haven't taken any damage.
I would
yet
like
this
to
session,
press
and I feel weird.
The
I
other
feel
one,
weird.
these are my people. They are my
That's
ancestors.
yeah.
Alright.
That would be my.
All right. So the question is, so what are you assigning to what number? So number 1,
Man.
man. Okay, male. Number 2 is female. So Ustenia goes to the side with the, what was that again? That was on the one is the
right.
right
One
side.
is on
Was the or did I say left?
the
I
left.
forgot already.
DM, whichever side you want it to be. It's your
Number-
word.
1 is left, 2 is right. We'll just do that. So Stenia's on the left side, Mog is on the right side, and you both go to these life-sized button, these life-sized representations of male, female, and what you basically have to do is give a good push like across the figure, because it's a full like 6-foot stone button that you have to kind of push in, and it takes a lot of force.
Be on
Do
guard,
so.
everyone.
Stania's just like, but
Yeah, just in
Yes.
case this sends things to attack us, we ready?
Yep.
Yeah, the
Okay.
three of us.
So, male on that one. All right.
We don't need to tell Rivallon, he's always ready.
Pretty much.
Rivallon can't be surprised.
Yeah, exactly. He's a coiled spring
can-
ready to
Does
kill.
that, can you read that one more time? Does it just apply to creatures or anything? Is it like this? Is it like the trap sense that Ustenia has?
Let me find out for you, my friend.
My trap senses are
My
tingling.
good friend,
My
solid
Oteshian
companion
senses
for
are
many
tingling.
years of things. I'm desperately trying to use that to my advantage right now.
That's fine. I might get killed this time, not you.
don't jinx it.
This magic round warns you of danger. While weapon is in your person, you have advantage on initiative rolls. In addition, you have any of your companions within 30 feet of you cannot be surprised, except when incapacitated by something other than non-magical sleep. The weapon magically awakens you and your companions within range if any of you are sleeping naturally when combat
Okay.
begins.
Doesn't mention creatures.
So it doesn't mention creatures or traps, but traps don't surprise you. That's the difference. Creatures can surprise you by starting at a combat. Traps just happen. So
Yeah.
that's why that's a thing. So okay. You might have guessed. You got it wrong. So so as you push it in, something triggers on both as you push them in. So I need
Oh boy.
Mog and I need Ustenia to both roll a d6.
Is it a
I
magical
get
effect?
advantage on. I'm assuming there's no.
It depends
save
on
here.
what you roll. It's not well, there'll be a
Okay.
save, but this is just the d6 I need to know first. Well, we'll figure
I
out
rolled
what.
a 3. DM.
Okay.
I rolled a 2.
Okay. So Mog, yours is not magical. Ustenia's is. So
What do I need to roll?
so you're both gonna make dexterity saving throws.
Oh boy.
I get advantage.
You get advantage. That's true.
See, this
Oh,
is why it was probably
Sesh is there with the defibrillators, like,
Just like pulls out like
24.
her
Clear!
shocking hands. Yeah. Oh, that bless shouldn't be applying, by the way, anymore. It should only be. A
Oh,
20
it
for the
shouldn't.
24.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 20. Yeah, I'll get rid of the bless, 'cause it's been a while.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna get rid of the rage, because you're not raging right now, so I'm gonna get rid of that.
That's his secret cap. He's always angry.
He's always angry. Okay, got that. Okay, blesses. All right, that's good. Okay, so what happens is, Ustenia, you sense it a split second before it occurs. A bolt of psychic energy races out from the head of the man. Yeah, you rolled. The roll was to figure out what damage you were going to take. So you avoid that as it races down across and doesn't even leave a blemish on the other end of the chamber. Mog, unfortunately, yours is unmagical, so what you actually get is the
Stabbed.
Just like a Bowie knife comes out, stabs it, and then twists.
Ow.
just a hole.
Ow.
Yeah. No, what you get is you get hit by acid.
Oh, of course.
So as you push it in, a door flips down and just acid falls down upon you.
What's behind door number 1? Acid burns.
Acid burn. So I'm not gonna lie. Given the fact that it's a binary choice, I made sure that the trap, if you got it wrong the first time, would do a lot of damage because you're gonna get it right the second time. I hope.
We'll do it again just to be sure.
It's D&D, so I don't know. So 3, 4, 5, 7, 8. So I'm gonna roll 8d10 acid
Oh.
damage. So
Here we go.
you take
E.
50 acid damage.
Oogie
That
doogie.
stings, homie.
That's
That stings. I have 14 health points left.
Yep.
Is
I'm
that,
sorry.
Is that a system shock? Is that a system shock?
That is
It
a
would
system
be,
shock.
Yeah.
That is a system shock, so I need to look at the table. System.
I need you guys to stop. Just. That's it. Just stop.
You wouldn't
Get some
have
help.
succeeded on the deck
Stop!
save either.
Get some help.
You can't take reactions
No.
until the end of your next turn, so it doesn't really matter. If you rolled a 1 on that, you would have just dropped to 0 HP. and start taking-
Yeah,
And then
have
bounce
2
back up
health.
again.
Have 2 health.
Have 2 health.
So yeah, as you do that, as Justinia just kind of ninjas his way around the psychic damage he would have taken full damage on. Well, actually, you weren't raging, so you would have taken full damage on it anyways. But
No, he
that was
takes takes psychics anyway. That's the one that hits
Yeah.
him. Remember?
That's true. Maud, you just get like a bath of acid for a second and come back, and you see the 2 doors much quicker than they were pushed in to snap back.
Alright, I'm gonna say the other side.
I think you might be right. Ow!
Okay,
Pain.
Okay,
I'll take the guy on this one. And, Sash, you want to do the other one?
Yeah.
No,
and as
Sesh.
I-
Sesh, Ustinia can do the other one. Sesh, start healing Mog. Just start healing Mog.
Just reaches over and just taps
Sesh
Mog
is
on
going
the head.
nowhere near these traps.
Just does this to Mog.
That's
just,
just going nowhere near these traps.
Just heal
The
me, I'll be
dexterity
fine.
based, and she's the healer. with
just
a
here.
dex
It's
negative.
okay. It's okay, Mog. There you go.
Ow,
That feels better,
thank
right?
you.
So
She's
You're
just there
my
with
favorite.
Oversoil, like
you reverse your decision,
or aloe vera.
and
Yes.
Yeah,
and pick number 1 as being the woman, number 2 as being the man.
Yep, we swap.
Swapped, and begin pushing in the buttons. And once they get an appreciable way into the wall, you both hear a click trigger. And then the door doesn't swing out or go up, it just starts going into the floor as it drops
Ooh.
down. And you can probably, like, immediately, Isaac, you think it's probably a good idea not to do the teleport, given the fact that the doorway is actually the door is about 10 foot deep and is the entire corridor into the next room. It was 10 foot thick.
Well, I'm okay. I was gonna go 30 feet because I can go up to 500, so I was gonna go 30. I was thinking big chamber. Let's give a guess with 30, but I'm
Alright.
glad I didn't anyway. But I'm a little bit vindicated that I could have.
I could have done it if I didn't have any.
Could have done it.
If I had no self-preservation instinct.
Yep.
So,
Sesh
I
is
wanna
literally
see this
just
campaign to the end.
what you see on the other side of this is a large chamber that is the first light you've seen. There is not a bright light, but magical torches on either side of this doorway and on the opposite side of the room that give it light. And you see 2 sarcophagi sitting to either side of a round raised middle section of the room. In the center of the room, you see a place where 2 weapons are set down, like it's almost like the if you've ever seen, like in Lord of the Rings, the broken sword like is put onto a display. It's like kind of like that on either side. And in between those, you see a ancient bronze statue of a young child, life-size.
Can I ritual cast detect magic? It only takes a minute.
You're going to notice the torches. Just going to point that out.
I'm definitely going to notice the torches.
So you take a minute to ritual cast. Everybody's staying back as you check through everything, like a mine
I wish
detector.
I could just turn my eyes on again. I can't do that anymore.
Turn your eyes on? Don't they always work?
So,
These damn wizards and their weird shit.
I don't know what she's referencing there.
So you go ahead and switch on detect magic, and what you see is one, the magical torches that are magically burning. It's just a torch enchantment. You see two big magical sources from either weapon, and something on the statue.
It tell you the type of magic.
It would,
Fortunately,
yeah, the spell tells me.
It would, but I'm comparing it to your intelligence score. You do not understand this magic.
Well, shit.
On either side of the room, past the sarcophagi, to either side, you see smaller side rooms, maybe 5 foot deep, 3 feet wide, about 20 of them on either side, just arrayed. And they have less ornate sarcophagi in each of them.
Great.
They buried an army with them.
Or at least their honor guard.
Exactly. There is a lot of magic in here, and I am feeling completely thick right now because I have no idea what it all is.
Welcome to most.
You
of
do
our
not detect
existences.
magic in the other sarcophagi. The only magic that you can't understand is the one on the statue.
So I
Everything
can
else is
tell-
fairly
but I
basic.
can
So
tell
there's
what the
two
magic on the
sarcophagi
sword-
in this central chamber,
weapons are.
right?
Yes, 2 ornate sarcophagi in the center chamber.
Okay, so the kid isn't buried here.
Well, it seems unlikely they would have. It looks like the kid was killed before they came across the mountains, if we go by the mural.
It seems like the kid being killed was the reason they came across the mountains.
Exactly.
Question is, was it their only kid, for one?
Well, it's the heir of the champion, wasn't it?
Hmm.
So did they have another child?
When you tend to get stuck in an enclosed situation with someone for a long time, it tends to happen.
I mean,
but here's
it
the
looked like they were partners in life anyway.
Which
Mhm.
only makes it easier.
But the thing is, if they didn't have another, then maybe the heir is whoever takes up the sword again against the people who would be the ones responsible for their child's death, which would be the invaders. Again.
There's a
This is
child in
getting
the-
real, like, chosen one bullshitty right now. from what I can tell.
That from a cleric.
Listen, right?
Who talked to her god.
Literally.
Does the child in visage in the bronze look like the child in the murals?
You're too far away to see.
I'm going to
I'm gonna go check
carefully
it out.
go up towards
Let's go
it.
check out this room. We've got to.
Okay, you're all just moving. You're all moving from the.
I'm-
the like.
I'm-
the
We are.
We're at time as well.
Yeah, we are at time.
Okay.
though.
Well, before we start, I just want to know this because this will set up next week. Are you all going in?
I think someone should
Yeah.
try and make sure the door don't close.
Okay. Are you staying at the door?
That should
then, or
probably
what's
be
going on?
me, considering.
We should
Yeah,
probably
we're
I am
trying to
the
keep
one-
her out of the
The
trap.
thing
too
is,
slow.
though, I can take me and another back through the wall if I need to.
No, you
We
I
know.
should
all come
probably-
in.
I should probably stay
Yeah.
near the door because I have the whole diamonds and revive thing.
Yeah, but I definitely
So
think
the
we
rest
should all
of
be
you go
together.
forward.
Oh,
No,
God.
no, splitting the party. We are all going through.
All going through. Okay.
Okay.
You all enter, and when you get closer to the statue, Rivallon, I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, bloody hell.
Oh.
You know, I'm starting to understand this now.
Oh, Oh, that
Oh,
rolled
that was
onto a
almost
20.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yep. So what happens is the door closes behind you. It snaps shut, and you can see magically, almost like a spiderweb pattern coming from the statue towards Rivallon's foot as he steps within about 30 feet of the statue. And something has triggered, and you start hearing a rustling from the 20 sarcophagi to either side of the room.
He's an elf.
Mm-hmm.
And you can tell, Rivallon, as you look down and you see that, you can see it goes up, like the light, the little shimmering purplish, bluish light goes up.
I said.
And settles somewhere in the center of your chest as it glows.
Does anyone else mind if we go a bit longer?
I have work.
Damn it!
I'm sorry.
And we'll leave it there.
So we will end it.
Oh.
Wait, what if he is the heir though, and it's just they're gonna come and go, and like bow to him or whatever. So he's pointing at his heart. Anyway, and the heart is the blood that runs through your veins. Anyway.
Damn it!
Join us next week for that
Oh,
freaking
boy.
cliffhanger. We'll be back same time next week, 7:30 British time. We are now in BST, so adjust your calendars if you need to. As always, thank you to Commissar Roach for writing this campaign and DMing for us. You can find him at youtube.com/Commissar Roach. As always, I've been joined by Surely Only Mikey and Utarionzo, who you can find at their respective Twitch channels of those names. I'm also joined by the wonderful Rival Zone Gaming and Red Moogle from Rival Zone Gaming. That's on Twitch and YouTube. And I have been Midgeman. And you can find me wherever you find your Midgemen. And we'll see you next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.